All right,
Nice.
let's get started. So, welcome, one and all. I am Scott of Scott's Case Files, the channel you're watching right now. And above me are my awesomest players, the stars of the show. Welcome to Cyberpunk Red. Let's introduce the players, starting over here at Brian.
Hi, everyone.
We have Jason.
Oh, wait, me? What? Oh, okay. Hi.
He plans these weeks in advance. Steve.
Hello.
A few words. And Aaron. Happy to be here as hell.
Hi.
Excellent.
Hi.
All right, so let's kind of jump into things. So basically, where we left our people before was you just kind of gone to the hot zone and kind of following a lead, like a pre-read lead that you had, and it kind of panned out, but not in the way you thought it would. Not as big as you were hoping for, and you end up having to kill a couple for basically, starving people trying to take everything you have, and plus probably cannibalize you afterwards. So you were totally justified in blowing their faces off. That's okay. Nobody faults you for that. However, now we basically, my idea is to basically do a time skip as we come back. There's a couple things I want to handle. First, let's play the intro video just because I always will forget that. And when we come back, we're going to talk XP, or IP in the case of Cyberpunk Red. We're going to talk downtime, and by downtime I mean kind of like basically side jobs that these characters can take to get extra cash in the meantime, and then we'll kind of then set the stage for this session. So here's the intro movie in the meantime. Okay, and we're back. So, yeah. So first off, let's talk IP. So yeah, so Cyberpunk handles things a little differently. So you get kind of experience, if you will, from doing jobs or by playing to like the kind of play style that you like. And we're going to kind of go over that again. It's hard to do all this without showing you the PDF, but I can't in good conscience do that. But I figure we'll kind of go over it here and go from there. So yeah, so they do Cyberpunk Red uses play-based improvement. So if anyone following along, if you go to page 409 on the PDF, you'll see the basic idea of this. And it's basically up to each character to kind of decide like what type of player are you. So what they have a box with 4 different quadrants: warriors, explorers, role players, and socializers. And this is how you as a player choose what you like to do best with your character. So I think they all kind of pardon me, explain themselves. But I'm not sure if you guys want to do the boxes or just choose. I think you kind of know. You're all quite experienced role players. You know kind of what your play style is, what you're going for. So if you want to choose, either do the questions there or choose warrior, socializer, explorer, role player. And then you have basically a primary and a secondary. So what's your first? What's your second? That kind of thing.
Which page is that on?
409.
Thank you.
You betcha.
409.
409.
So yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah,
So
so
are we? If we know what we are, should
yeah,
we
just
talk about that? Or?
yeah, like why don't you? We can go one by one. Like, what's your primary? What's your secondary of those?
I would say my primary is explorer and my secondary is role player. I think I've been playing long enough that the idea of like getting experience for doing the role playing that's just not a norm to me. Like I didn't really grow up that way. I grew up like exploring dungeons. So uh that just fits the best. And especially since I'm also media, or Hugh is media. I think that also fits with what he does too. So
Cool, awesome. All right, how about Steve? What's your type? What are your types?
I think definitely explorer for this character. Secondaries are choice.
What's your secondary?
I don't know. That's a weird choice. This case.
We can always come back to you.
Frequently, it would be socializer, but I don't know how that works in the context of an online group.
Sure. I mean, and there's going to be time to make contacts and schmooze people and talk people up to get information and stuff like that. So there is going to be time for that kind of thing here.
Socializer in this case is actually like all kind of out of game type stuff.
Yes, are all about the game experience. They like to tell jokes, record stories.
Are
not directly within the game and out of the game. I see. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yes. Yeah.
Well, I see contribute to the success of the group and team up to beat a challenge. That's definitely game level stuff.
So I would say socializer is secondary.
Gotcha. And they tend to take supportive roles, which is definitely Arizona role, I think. Cool. All right. How about Jason? What are you thinking from the 4 quadrants of gameplay?
For me, the two that probably most fit me would probably be warrior and role player.
Nice. Okay, so you want to get into combat. You also want to get into the role. And I'm going to take a stab in the dark and say that Brian is also warrior role player.
Actually, my primary is role player. My secondary is explorer.
Oh, interesting. I would not have guessed. In fact, I didn't guess. So there we are. Okay. So, all right, keep those in mind. So let's go back to kind of, again, the way that this is done. So now we have our primary and our secondary. And so basically the idea is earning improvement points. So after each game session, the GM awards players improvement points based on how successful they were with the mission. This was finished, successfully or unsuccessfully, the players gain improvement points based on the group success. Unless they did. What's that?
Oh, nope. Sorry. You're right. I was just checking the circles again. It's role player and warrior.
Fair enough. So let's see.
Awesome.
Players gain improvement points based on their group success, unless they did something the GM considers standout from other playstyles that would award them more points. So like if you did better on one of your primary or secondaries. So the players didn't finish mission, they're awarded IP based on their primary or secondary, unless they did something GM considers standout. So basically, either A, you get awarded IP based improvement points based on completing a given mission that you're doing, or if the mission wasn't completed successfully or unsuccessfully, how you stood out as either your primary or your secondary play type. So why don't we award points? I mean, so yeah, I would say, let's see. Group well together, accomplishing most of the mission goals with everyone taking part. I think that is a fair assessment of last session. Group conference showing strong cooperative skills. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen a lot of cooperation yet. I think you're still learning each other. I would put it, if you're looking at page 410, at the 30 range for the group. Does that sound reasonable?
Okay.
Okay. Hearing no nays, put down 30 IP. And then it's basically, and if you look down at the skill improvement stuff, we can also, since this is like a between session montage we're about to do, you can always spend those 30 if you want. So just something to think about. Of course, you don't have to. Cool. All right. So let's see here. So we handled that. So another thing I want to do is the fact that you kind of brought this on yourselves in a good way. You're all part of a reality show, and people get freaking paid for that. Generally speaking, actually, you know what? I don't think actual reality people get paid these days, or they paid so pitifully. It's not funny, but this is Cyberpunk post Red, and just like kind of like I think of this reality show less Big Brother and more Running Man. So yeah, the people who participate are definitely going to get freaking paid. So yeah, so let's figure out how in this, and the central part of this is Hugh. So Hugh, this is where some of your skills come in to play here. So for example,
Like composition.
yep, like your composition. So basically, give me a composition roll and let me know how you're kind of framing this last session, and we'll figure out how much money people make and how popular this is.
Sure. Okay. So I think his intention, and I think too, I should just clarify, like, some of the ideas that we've had so far, or maybe go over again some of the ideas that have been going around between the chat channel and last session and stuff. And that is that
Oh yeah, please.
it seems like Arizona, is getting cut because he's kind of the star leader of the show, in the sense of, we're treasure hunters, right? And he's the tech reclaimer. Um, and then when it comes to, oh my gosh, knock knock. Sorry, I forget names really easily when I'm on the spot. I'm like, I can't remember names. Uh, when it comes to knock knock, so media need a solo to like guard their ass all the time for, people who are, not liking to be exposed. So it was my intention then to have Knock Knock be kind of like on the payroll, basically. Um, Now that might be through my own money, like I have to pay Knock Knock, but hopefully it's, subsidized somehow by the company. And then when it came to Mac, we definitely needed a driver. We definitely, like, I need a driver even without this show to, haul around big gear if that's, if we're gonna go on the scene somewhere, and set up camp. So I was thinking, you know, when it comes to this show right now, Mac would be contracted again by FYYL, um, at some level, But if I'm misunderstanding any of that so far, you guys let me know. But otherwise, I think that's kind of what we talked about. Yeah.
And I mean, that can all be rolled into you producing the show too. So my thought on how to pay people is that basically I'm going to have you roll a composition, and then that'll pay money based on how well that's received, and that gets divvied up between all the people on this contract. So you're basically employing them by doing the show, etc., etc. FYIL probably wouldn't pay them in particular, like directly. So this is your way to you have your medias who get rich. If they're actually working for network, they get rich by like having a dude with them and paying them a pittance. Or you have the medias who are totally grassroots, in the weeds type of guys, and that kind of thing, and they don't make much money. And then we have you who are making money and then have enough to spread around. Now, how much you spread around is up to you. You could totally shaft your people, or pay them equally, or whatever works.
That's not Hugh, but yeah. Who knows? He's lost like half his humanity already, so he may need to be working on that.
It's a life
At
skill type of
at
thing.
some point, I want to check out that section called therapy. I have no idea how it works yet, but
Requires money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's
a
money,
lot
of
of money.
course, of
Arizona's
course.
viewpoint is, he does divvy up, the spoils of whatever we find between the group because he can't do it by himself.
Right. And that's
Okay.
yeah. So you have several incomes here, and then in
Sure.
the downtime we have our downtime things where again there's actually the mechanic for that. Like in your downtime, if you have a week to spend, you do this, and you make this much money, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And we can roll that, like for Knock Knock as a solo, we can roll him into, oh yeah, he's doing a bodyguard job. Oh yeah, that bodyguard job from the mechanics is watching Hugh's ass. Because people are trying to maybe, blow a hole in his face or other part of his body. And,
Oh, he has a huge ass.
oh, the dad puns are starting already. It's terrifying. So yes.
So here's my intention for my composition, right? So the story is basically opens up with, for tonight's episode, focus on the treasure, of course, and do a little bit of tantalizing around the treasure, like what these goggles were, how awesome they were at the time, why they're so cool. It's a super lucky find, really blow that out of proportion big time. And then, you know, do scene by scene as we're getting to the location, and then intermix with that a couple of things. One is Hugh Huntley's background. The 6-second splash. I'm Hugh Huntley, and we're going to go on this adventure. Something like that. And then intermix with before we really get into the major conflict. I'd say there's the subplot that suddenly interrupts, like right as things are starting to get exciting, and we think we've found the place, and we're gonna go. All that's left to do is basically go there and get the stuff, right? That's when tragedy strikes. And personal friend is learned to be dead. And we all kind of get sidetracked, and I weave in the interview of like, oh, what's her name? Can't
Daisy?
remember her name. Yeah. Our friend, anyway, the med tech, and so that shifts things for a little while, and suppresses things for a little bit, and then bring it back up by finding the treasure, getting attacked, trying to weave together more than there is to that. It's not just a matter of these people are hungry and they're just doing stupid things. It's more like, this is their personal claim, and they'll do anything to stop us, something like that. I don't know, some major conflict. But ultimately, there's Flash, there's a lot of dancing and gunfight, and
I'm assuming you also like do some post editing where you edit them in like wearing armor and stuff.
Oh, totally.
And, yeah,
like more
they-
zombie like, and definitely more, let's go.
There's at
What's
least
that?
Right. There was at least 6 of them.
at least, yeah. You dubbed the other one over here, yeah.
Yeah, stitched to get Frankenstein the people together into different people that, yeah. Oh, that's awesome. And then and ultimately, we're victorious. So that's what goes into the composition. Let's see how it turns out.
Excellent. 18. All right. So that's not a bad success. 13 is kind of like the baseline, 15, 17. Yeah, so I'll say that you will earn basically the idea is like, you get paid on how well it sells, like how many hits came to the site, or how many pieces of memorabilia they got. Here's the same bullets used by Hugh Huntley as he vanquished the interlopers. Oh, how you get a piece of all that in your contract. So I'll say you'll make a cool like €4,000 off of that.
Ooh, that rocks. And so then that's paid directly to me. Now I'm going to split it. Is that what we said?
Yes. Maybe we should do a quiet ninja note as to how much you make.
We made 1,000 gold.
Oh my. And
Yeah, you
Knock
guys-
comes and takes all of it.
They were only going to pay us 200. I got them to pay us 400, and that's 100 a piece. Everybody, no, just kidding. No, I have no
Just
problems.
stares.
I have no problems splitting it equally. Hugh is definitely kind of like he, on the inside, he's very down on his luck type of guy because he's fallen so far from his prior life that like he'll do anything to kind of maintain connection and friendship if possible, even though that's really hard these days. But so he has no problems splitting this out equally. Like that's just solid investment for the future. So
Oh sure, yeah. Happy employees are loyal employees.
yeah,
That's probably why a bunch of us stick with Hugh, because we always know Hugh's always fair dealing. And
Yeah.
that counts for a lot.
And thankfully, Hugh doesn't notice when one of his cameras goes missing.
Oh, jeez.
I'm so happy that you were just describing that event. I cannot wait to tell you what happened with Knock Knock.
oh
my.
yeah, right on. So that yeah, I'm always recording.
Nice. All right, so let's see. So let's talk about the side hustle.
381.
Yep. 381, 382. Let's
So,
see here.
Two things I had a question on.
Mhm.
Are we going to handle the selling of the signed hollows separately?
I was thinking we do like a scene about that. Are is that what you were thinking?
Sure. And then secondly, the when we were talking about XP, we did the group, but not necessarily the individual. Is that
The group is that is your reward. So you basically the way it's explained is either A, the group succeeds at something and you get paid IP for the group success, or the group doesn't complete a mission and now we go to the primary secondary and judge you on that and let you know how much you made.
got it?
So basically what they're saying is like even if a job doesn't get completed or whatever, you still have the ability to shine in other areas and stuff. So, and we can talk about that because, and I think you have a point there in the sense that if you like stand out as one of your primary or secondaries above what I'm rewarding you as like a group, then we can do that, or vice versa, that type of thing. So we'll keep those in mind, not to worry. If you guys can kind of note those in the Discord, because I've mostly forgotten them already, so I want to keep them. I want to write them down later for myself, but let a guy know, and I'll keep those in mind when we do IP. Yes, the side hustle.
I wasn't paying attention. What was that?
okay, we're gonna blank out Hugh's camera now. That's what we're doing.
Just click.
Click.
I'll just read what's in the. That helps.
You're good. You're good. So okay. So basically, side hustle. You have a week. I'm giving you a week to kind of do your side hustle and make some extra money in addition to this. Again, it's not a job, but you got paid. So, like for example, the solo hustle. I'm not gonna have your role on it, really. I mean, just kind of. You guys are role players. Tell me what you did, type of thing. So, I'm assuming generally, knock knock, for example, will be bodyguard work. For I don't know, low to high client. I'm not sure if Hugh is like up there yet. He's still also like an ability for, so you'd probably get €100, 150 just for for doing that guarding. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you write down like 150.
50.
And let's see. So we have a tech. And again, Arizona. What would your side hustle be for this week's going by montage?
I think the side hustle would be various, equipment repair work for the Oro Preto. Say that right?
Yeah.
Or Max Group, his tribe. I think I'd established that I was doing work for them on the side, stuff that was probably beyond vehicle work that they could do,
Okay.
whether it be, electronics or, systems, that sort of thing.
Okay. Let's put that at like €150 then for that. So that's basically 100 for the modifications, and this is probably doing a little extra too. So, all right. Let's see. Hugh, what's your side hustle that you're pulling off while between stuff from the list?
Well, I think it would be cool if Hugh's side hustle really is that he's on corporate payroll, and it's not much, it's kind of minimum, but it's just there because really what he wants to be doing is like tracking down what's happened to an informant that he's lost regarding his family's failed pharmaceutical company.
Okay.
But if that's not how things work, then I guess his side hustle would probably be extreme sports taping, or extreme sports recording. He can basically works out a contract between whoever the extreme sport person is, whoever's trying to market their product. Sometimes, Hugh can, with the aid of Cork, bring together those two people and kind of, arrange a deal where he gets paid from hopefully both of them to record the event and stitch in the advertising.
Gotcha. Well, I'll put that at the same level as like a puff piece, like the rather popular puff piece that you get some notice and risk and some cash. So we'll call it 200.
Sure. Okay.
And let's see. Last but not least, Nomad. What's your side hustle, Mac?
Looking at some of the side hustles, I think this week, yeah, it's going to be that one of the gangs basically needs one of their higher ups safely brought to a location out of the city because they've gotten a bit too many people gunning for their head, and they're just looking to smuggle this person out safely.
Okay.
And they end up coming to me because, relatively speaking, I'm pretty much a nobody. Well, I not completely did, but I didn't note it down yet. But I was thinking there was some more stuff going on. But yeah, basically, get one of mid-level gang bosses, basically out of the city and probably to the regional airport that's in the smaller city, about an hour or so outside, so they can get on a private plane and get the fuck out of here until the heat dies down.
Okay. So let's call that a delivered client safely to destination, 100. And I'll say, because this is a mid-level client, this is another 50. So €150. Write that down.
Yay! I'm rich.
Yay! You get to eat higher quality kibble now. Excellent.
I'm rich, which is to say I'm not.
Kibble with a gravy packet.
Oh, that's the good stuff.
Oh, enough of that bougie bullshit.
All right. So awesome. So now we have money taken care of. We have IP. It's XP, but it's IP. You know what I'm saying? That's taken care of. So first session, it was like, what is your morning like? That was my question to you. And this time, my question is, how do you party? Like, how do you let loose? Do you guys group together in a club? Is it like a dive bar that you each individually hang out at, or is it a group thing? Or I'm kind of curious. That's kind of want each intro will be getting a look at a little different part of each of your lives. So who has an idea first?
Well, it's not that Mac so much party, so I guess there's some partying involved. But any even moderately sized settlement has an underground street racing scene.
Ooh, nice.
And that's the sort of thing Mac would be very, very much into.
Like actually participating or watching or teching on them, or what is Mac's angle on that whole?
Not participating as much as they want to, because I mean, right now the family only lets them borrow this one car, and so they can't necessarily race against some of the higher end things. But no, maybe sometimes they, smuggle out one of the higher end sports cars for one of these races.
Nice. Is this
And
have you destroyed one?
I was very young, and we don't talk about that anymore.
Yeah. It's like a Fast and the Furious scene. You owe me a 3-second car.
Basically, something like that.
Excellent. So,
But
for kicks, so kind of describe a scene for me. Like, tell me, like, what's Max do? What Max does here? What Mac does here? Excuse me. Just a quick little scene. Narrate it for yourself.
Compact car, probably. The races that Mac would actually race in would be the ones sort of, up the mountain on the outskirts of town. So they have like lots of winding roads and switchbacks.
Oh wow.
So the handling is more important than the speed. Like zipping down the side of the mountain. It's dark out. These sharp turns. The barriers are not going to keep you from going over if you can't steer well enough.
Nice.
It's just
living on the edge.
Absolutely neck and neck going down. There's just me and one other person. I don't have a name for them yet, but that won't take too long. Me and the one other person just kind of racing along neck and neck. Passing each other in the corners is, we kind of alternate who takes the corner better. And just at the last second, very much a photo finish, and Shade manages to get ahead of me by about 2 millimeters.
Oh wow.
And
Lost money on that day, but that's all right.
And I am very grumpy about this, but everybody is super impressed. That was so incredibly close and tight of a race. Lots and lots of riotous partying and all the free booze I want, basically.
Excellent.
So after living on the edge, racing like that, everybody's gonna party.
Yeah, but then hydrate responsibly afterwards, of course.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, no. All right.
Hydrate responsibly.
All right, who's next? And feel free to combine it with say, hey, do you want to do, or are we doing this? Hang out together, or if you don't go solo.
Okay,
Possible.
so before Knock Knock's partying begins, Knock Knock had a little something to take care of. So while we were all out taking care of that freak with the sewn together people, he made the mistake and called Knock Knock a little girl. And so during the battle, Knock Knock pulled out like 3 syringes of drugs, 3 syringes, and injected it into the dude and made him look like he died. And then went back and dragged him back to his house, back to their club. So right now, Knock Knock has him tied in a room. There's music playing. Knock Knock's dancing around the chair.
Oh my god.
There's a camera. Knock Knock's looking at it. And Knock Knock doesn't sound like Knock Knock normally. Knock Knock's just, all right, little boys and girls, are you ready to play? And so then after Knock Knock's done, Knock Knock is just so happy, so ecstatic, goes upstairs. And there's everyone from just those slums and everything. And Knock Knock says, let's light it up, everyone. And hits a switch, and it just starts bumping. You see people come around the corner and go, God damn it, it's about to go for 3 days.
Oh god. Terrifying.
And the last thing you hear is Knock Knock going, we're gonna party for a whole week.
Oh my god.
So you're just live streaming your murders, huh?
Yes. This guy, he made a mistake. He called Knock Knock a little girl.
Are you digitizing your face at least, or are there going to be or are we going to have a police arc in on this at some point?
Man, I can't see how
There's
this is
actually
gonna go well.
there's actually a reason why Knock Knock's face is not digitized, because he sent it as a special message to a certain corporate exec. How do you like me now, Daddy? Is all it says in that message that he sent.
All I can imagine is this ending with, remember to subscribe to my only deaths.
Your only death.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Okay.
it always ends with, I hope you liked ultraviolence.
Okay, so I just do want to clarify for role playing purposes: is Knock Knock live streaming with his own face to the public, thousands of viewers, torturing and murdering somebody? I just got to get that straight for the record. Or is he digitizing, or otherwise obscuring himself?
Or yeah,
You know what?
man, sure.
We'll just say it's like a little scramble on the face area. Everything else isn't, though.
We can go with that. Yes, well, you don't want to censor the ultraviolence. That would defeat the entire purpose of the stream. All right, cool. All right, that's how Knock Knock parties. Who's next?
So Hugh is an award ceremony crasher.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he really likes to live on the edge. He feels like it keeps him, frosty, so to speak. And so he likes to slip in right before somebody's about to go on stage to give away an award, and give himself like the least amount of time to research who this guy is, why they're or person is, why they're getting this award, make up a speech last minute, improv the whole damn thing, and then act as if he was always meant to be there.
Oh my god.
When he's successful, it's great, because ultimately he ends up going to the after party, and he gets to get what he calls scoops and boops. So
Scoops and boops.
yeah, he likes to find out new clues to big stories, make contacts, and
Oh, that makes sense.
hopefully take somebody home that night. When it doesn't go well, then it's anything from didn't make it to the after party because they kind of dragged me off stage, or they let it go but they interrupted afterwards, to just downright being thrown off, or even being able to get on the stage at all. So
Gotcha.
but
There's
yeah.
probably a FYIL fund for getting reporters out of jail also.
Yeah, well, he tends to pick the things that they're not that serious. I mean, it's just an award, right? It's just an award ceremony.
Is it
It's
though?
yeah, he's pretty good at talking his way out of that kind of stuff.
That's right.
Yeah, but but of course, his preference is, get it every time. So he's getting better and better.
Always asking. Awesome. All
Yeah.
right. Cool. All right. How about Arizona? How's Arizona party?
So Arizona kicks it with the other Fords, and they do reenactment stuff. Whether it's planning out their next gear for their next costume, which or you're playing old Harrison Ford and Force Awakening, or what movie they're trying to get the right gear for. So some of it's building props and stuff for them, but then they do like little reenactment movies where someone will quote unquote play the star, usually the highest honcho, or whoever kicks in the most money for the for the production, and then the other Fords will costume up as all the other bit players in the movies, and of course most of us know the lines to all of them. So
Yeah. How often does Arizona have to be Marianne?
rarely. I mean, the stubble just doesn't tend to work.
Doesn't work.
There's obviously poetic license given, but
So
I think there's better players.
Oh my god.
absolutely. So he's not. My point is Arizona is not the bottom rung of the Fords.
No, he's not the bottom rung, but he's because I think primarily because he does make a lot of the props for the group.
Oh, very nice.
Blasters, stuff like that, stuff that even has some modicum of function, as opposed to just being cheap plastic thrown together.
Gotcha. So, question. So now this is a poser gang. Emphasis on equally on poser and gang. What is a night of trouble for them look like? I mean, do they wander the neighborhood and the first person to...
I think it depends. If the person leading it is in the Indiana Jones camp, we go
there's factions. That's awesome.
We rob something. If it's someone in the more solo camp, it's usually something that's anti-corporate. So it really depends on on the particular night.
What does the witness camp do?
The witness camp.
Good point. I think some of them aren't as popular, so therefore don't. I think there is the fugitive group, and that's always fun because it's like basically someone trying to play hide and seek from the rest of them.
That's so fun.
But it really depends on the night.
Fair enough. Fair
I
enough.
think they get together, maybe once a month for something big like that, and then on a weekly basis for the smaller get-togethers.
And then once a year, you all do a major event, BoardCon.
BoardCon.
Quite possibly. I assume there's chapters, in all the major cities.
Oh God.
I can also totally see somebody going, no, I had to do that last week. You get to be the guy with the sword who indie shoots now.
I could see last year's big event was the world's longest domino of Han Solo in carbonite, domino fall.
Oh my goodness!
Like that.
That's so 2025.
Of course, the refreshments are always themed. Of course,
absolutely.
The event.
Although I would imagine all the Fords are at least very basically skilled in one craft, because Harrison Ford was a carpenter.
Yeah, well, I would say some try, some just don't. I think there's enough people who are, technically savvy. But if it's anything like, some current reenactments, it's a hobby of hobbies. You learn a little bit of leather work if you're, working on, leather or pleather work. If you're working on Indiana Jones stuff, you learn a little bit of, mechanics if you're working on stuff for, solo. You learn a bit of history, if you just want to be able to, be the person judging the others.
That's awesome.
I like to think that Knock Knock joined Arizona once to go meet his gang, but then was immediately banned because Knock Knock remembered that Sean Connery was in one Indiana Jones movie, so decided to show up dressed as Sean Connery from Highlander, and went Duncan MacLeod, and was just there can only be one, and everyone was just like, no, get out. Get out.
You have 10 blasters in your face at that point, and not the kind you like.
Almost the right beard, wrong line, get out.
Bye.
That whole week, Knock Knock was just sad, like not understanding, but I was Sean Connery.
Everywhere he looks for a month after that, there's some Ford walking around following his every movement. Yeah,
so the nights we get up to hijinks, it gets a little bit more dicey, but in general, it's just smaller get-togethers.
Gotcha. Excellent. All right, so let's set a scene. So let's sell that Johnny Silverhand hologram. Is everybody going along, or some people are just doing it, or what's the plan?
Hewitt, that's sort of the maybe talkie salesy guy.
Yeah, Hugh, you're the group's quasi fixer.
The quasi fixer. I think I'm going to make that my backup character in case.
This group could help. Could handle.
I think I was going to have a corp as my backup, but
nice. All right, so
over, for you, or to take over once you lets the star get killed.
Yeah.
At least Arizona thinks he's the star. I think everyone might watch it for the weird antics of Knock Knock, but
All right, what's salvageable here? Let's go.
Oh my god.
The
All
clock
right.
is ticking, everybody. I could just hear it, man. Oh, the corp talk.
No, I mean, I would go. I expect I'm the one who has to give a ride to everybody.
You don't
So it's
have to,
probably-
but it's the safest route.
I expect I'm kind of on retainer with you, and that's why it's stuff like, no, this is the crew, and you're the driver, and whoever needs driving around, you drive around.
I'm
But
feeling there's kind of what is that guy? What is the character? Who did Mr. T play in the
B.A.
18?
Baracus.
B.A. Baracus.
Yeah, I'm thinking there's kind of a B.A. Baracus bit here going on when we have to go do this stuff that, Knock Knock gets knocked out or, something, right? Like
Knock
BA
Knock's in the trunk.
Knock Knock's in the trunk.
Knock Knock wouldn't calm down, so Arizona threw him in the trunk.
There's just a certain amount of panache that we can't hit that level unless Knock Knock is secured somewhere. So
Oh, wait a minute. No. Knock Knock's not in the trunk. There's a animal carrier in the back seat, and Knock Knock's inside of it going.
Oh my god.
No, we let you have free roam because you do
Yeah. You kind of need him to have,
from the psychos on the streets.
yeah,
pretty much. All right, so
I was thinking it was like a bait and switch, like we throw out some rumor for Knock Knock and he goes running off to go chase that thing.
Or
But
we'll meet
okay,
at this corner and then we drive, like another half mile.
yeah.
Are Hughes just distracting Knock Knock with a laser pointer?
quite possible. All right, so let's set the scene then. It sounds like you're all going to the sale. So as we might know about Night City, it's not all glamorous. And you are in one of the not glamorous places right now. You're actually not too far away from the shipping container that you visited for the other session to say your condolences for your lost party member. Yeah, Dixon, thank you. Yeah, basically it's like a or not an arcology because that's a Shadowrun trademark term, but this is a one of the big built up tenements, like kind of like in Dread, if you've ever seen it, that kind of thing, where it's literally like 109 stories. It has like a central courtyard, but there's like tiny little apartments and like tiny little hallways. And these were just made to accommodate the number of people on a lack of space. Now that you've lost like half the city originally to that to the pocket nuke. So yeah, you have these kind of buildings, and this is one of them. And it's not a nice one either. It's kind of like every step you take, you're either stepping in a puddle, you have to dodge some poop, or there's a druggie kind of laying down in the hallway, blitzed out on blue glass or something, kind of looking at you like you're the most amazing thing in the world, which for some of you may be the awesomest thing ever, but in this case it's actually Dry Act having an episode. And you every now and then you'll pass a kind of like a group, kind of like three teenagers is kind of shooting the crap on their stoop, if you will. Each of them has like, they're displaying proudly like a light pistol that they probably bought at a swap meet or something like that, or robbed off of somebody, that kind of thing. Little beginner toughs, and they know when to push their luck and when not. And you are the not column of pushing luck. So
I think I just found our new audience, guys.
This found our new audience. They probably know you. In fact, yeah,
because I mean, who wouldn't want to find buried treasure and get a lot of money for it? I mean, if nobody else, these people for sure.
I like to think Knock Knock is relishing the attention right now. Knock Knock is just surrounded by people going, "Ooh, Knock Knock," and Knock Knock's just going.
Well, you're not quite getting that here. They're, again, just kind of blitzed out drug addicts who are in the hallway away from their family because they're in the way at this point. And again, and this is, again, this one of the kind of themes of Cyberpunk is disposability. Everything's disposable. People are disposable. There's therapy now in this version of Cyberpunk, but again, it's like, you and not to speak down to drug addicts, but when you get down into the pit here in Night City, there's not a lot of help if you don't have the money. So, and the end result is people get cheap drugs. They do them all the time to stay happy, and they have no programs or anything to get better or get off. So basically, the people you see in the hallways are waiting to die for all intents and purposes. They're literally months away from their end, if that. But yeah, you kind of go down a hallway here or there. You have the standard light that's not quite fully lit. That's kind of like blinks every 4 seconds. That kind of thing. The walls are dirty and grimy. It's just, again, there's no maintenance, and it's kind of like, even if someone wants to clean up, they're fighting the mob, basically, well, all the other people who aren't, type of thing. So anyway, you after going down a couple hallways, you come to the place that I'll say, let's see, whose contact is this that you're selling to?
Arizona's. I think the guy was named Requiem.
Requiem, perfect. So yeah, so you kind of you get to the you kind of follow the path that Requiem set for you. Your agent is probably guiding you in your ear as you go, and you get to like the door of the place where you're going, apartment like 3922, and at the door there's this kind of just gruff, really really big guy. And by really big, I mean like he's like Arnold Schwarzenegger muscles, that type of thing. He's also like 6'3" or something like that. He's like, his skin is like overly pale, like he got his skin sculpted to be, this whiter than white, so that the light tattoos on his face and on his arms will show up a little better, especially in the kind of in that creepy way. And he's packing. He actually has he has a like a kind of like a large pistol in a shoulder holster, and he kind of, as you guys come, he has his arms crossed so that like his hand is actually on the handle of the gun, and he's like, "You Arizona?"
I'm Arizona.
And who the? Oh my God, Hugh Huntley!
Good evening. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
He's like, you suddenly this big just looming ogre of a man goes fanboy for like 20 seconds. Like, oh my God, I watch all your stuff, and I'm even wearing. He's actually wearing the Hugh Huntley armor jack as we speak.
Oh my God!
And after
That's on the inside.
about 15 seconds of that, he's back. He's like, yeah. Requiem's expecting you. Go on inside. I'm going to need your weapon, so.
Sure, absolutely.
Like,
Keep it safe for me, okay? I need this.
And he'll pat you all down. We can do a contested search roll if you want to smuggle anything in.
I did buy some new spiked knuckle leather biker gloves. So.
Ooh, nice.
If he takes the whip, he takes the whip. But
yeah, you have your pistol too?
Oh yeah.
Okay, he'll grab all that unless you try to hide it or stop him. But yeah, he'll leave the whip. He's like,
Is he
what
gonna
are you gonna do?
I wonder how he's gonna feel finding all these weapons on Knock Knock. The heavy pistol, the heavy SMG, and Knock Knock bought a katana.
Oh jeez. Yeah,
Of course.
He steps into the room as he opens the door and brings out like one of those plastic bins and just put it in there.
Well, the first thing Knock Knock does is see the heavy pistol, and then Knock Knock pulls out the heavy SMG, puts it on their crotch, and goes, "Mine's bigger."
He kind of gives you the look
then
like, you want to start something, or do you want to do business?
Knock Knock throws all the stuff in there.
I think
Yeah.
this is like every scene of us going in anywhere.
Pretty much, yeah. We'll do the get rid of the weapon scene,
We'll try
and
Over to the front of the line so we don't have to wait behind Knock Knock.
yeah, that's wise. How about Mac? What's Mac leaving behind?
Max leaving behind their, their sawed-off shotgun, and that's really all they brought in here. I think. Well, I guess seemed reasonably dangerous. They probably their sawed-off shotgun and their pistol. So all they really had with them. It's like, yeah, okay.
Perfect.
If they're taking it away from these wackalets, then
Yeah, likely. Yeah, it's a good deal. So yeah, after you're done with that, he'll patch down even much to Knock Knock's thrill, and then pass you into Requiem. Requiem's sitting there. He's sitting at like this dilapidated kind of sofa with a table out in front of him, like actually a nice table. That at least it was nice, like 30 years ago. And he's like actually going over some other goods on there. Like this is apparently business night. To his right and to his left are two individuals. They're very highly sculpted they them individuals. They're androgynous. Their dress is also very androgynous. And one of them is has like silver skin, and the other is kind of going pale, very very pale, like the guy at the door. That might be an up and coming trend in this area or something. Who knows? But they're kind of just there as eye candy, and kind of like sitting on either side of him as trophy type stuff. Like, look what I've got. And he looks up, and Requiem himself. Why don't you actually, Arizona? He's your kind of character. Why don't you describe him? No pressure at all. Unless you prefer I did, I can do that too.
Time of day is it, by the way?
It'll be
What's
nighttime. It's always nighttime in Night City.
Gotcha.
There's only one time in Night City.
I have no idea what Requiem's like.
Okay, I'll go for it then if that's cool.
I'm thinking something, more in the based on the name, something more in the like angelic, gothic background, but
Okay. Yeah, I'll say he's probably like a smaller, wiry guy in total, opposite of the dude at the door. And he looks like he hasn't had a whole lot of exercise in his life, but is definitely rocking that goth look that, he has like the eye makeup. He probably has some, tattoos down his neck and, upside down cross and stuff like that. Yeah, he looks up. Arizona, looking nice. I hear you have some stuff that I might be interested in.
like I hope so, because your tip didn't pan out.
Oh, well, I mean, I can only give you the tips as I know them.
I know. They're, 30 years old. I get it, but I was
So,
hoping for a little bit more, but
yeah, well, what Arizona say?
I said it turned out okay.
Yeah.
And I take out the, the box.
Okay.
Set it in front of them.
All right, what do we got here?
Take off the lid.
Yeah, okay. He activates the hologram. He's silver hand. Are you giving up the what do you call it? The audio chips and the player also, or are you keeping those?
I would give them up. I have no reason to, hang on to them unless anyone, specifically was like, "Oh no, I must keep these."
This is the time you speak up. Nobody. Okay. All right, those are going too. He's like, he kind of looks at it and he's like, "Ooh, we got a personalized signature here. That's no good."
Yeah, maybe someone could scrub that off.
Well, that scrubbing holograms isn't free, Arizona. And he kind of looks to the people beside him. And he's like, "Nothing's free, right? Am I right?" And they're like, "Oh yeah," and I reckon, "Yeah, you're always right." This is they're professional yes people. just kind of like fawning on him. Like they're doing the whole thing where like they're both like, from either side, they're like rubbing their hands down his arms and stuff, and his, caressing his face as he's doing business with you. It's like you're not even in the room as far as they're concerned. But yeah, so he looks at, he's like, okay, so you got the chips. He's like, he actually does air quotes, vintage. But I mean, the recorder itself is,
Silverhand's still super popular.
yeah, he is. And this recorder is actually something I would have wanted to fall off a truck a while ago, but all right, so I got to do the scrubbing, got to find a buyer, memorabilia. It's like Silverhand, so I mean, I got to give you that. So I'll take everything. €400 bucks. What do you say?
I look at you.
Mac does not like that offer. That seems awfully low.
Does Mac do anything about it?
What? So, okay, go ahead.
Well, then the question, I don't know, does Arizona actually have the trading skill?
I doubt it.
It's
I
anyone.
don't
Mac,
think Hugh
Nope.
does either. What is it called? Trading?
trading. It's the haggle and negotiate skill, but yeah, its name is trading.
I do not.
Which is why I bring you.
Sounds
guys
like I
along.
better get it.
Unless you wish him to die, knock knock will be a no hit.
Can we spend
Hard dance for
recently
him.
earned IP on and getting a new skill like
Yeah.
that? Or
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah.
I mean,
But at this point, you could only get it at a level 1.
right, so it's like 1 your die, basically.
Yeah.
1 your roll.
That said, I do have trading at a base 10.
oh well, you carried the lead there, my friend.
Well, you guys
say
are taking the lead on negotiation.
That is
It's like,
much higher than we have.
Yes.
yeah, so I'm just going to get it going and basically step in and yeah, I'm gonna start countering in a perfect blend of street slang and Portuguese, much like Spanglish, and go, what? 400? No, this definitely worth so much more. And start just kind of ramble and technobabble about all of this and try to just talk it all up.
Sure.
And see if we can get some back and forth going, and it just like,
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, and Arizona, who's probably used to this, is like, but, and I just kind of like, without looking, the one hand just on the chest, like shove away. So let's see how I can do on trading. Oh, that's pretty good.
All right, I'll counter you with his rental. Let's see. Let's see. So it's 1d10. I'm gonna say this guy's plus that.
Plus cool and trading. Ah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot the other. I totally forgot that he has like a attribute, but we'll go with this. Okay, so yeah, so you talk him up. He's kind of listening to you. You kind of get him into your patter, and as he kind of stutters here and there, he's like, and do you guys also know Requiem, or is this like your first meeting?
Probably my first.
Yeah, I mean, I think it might be the first meeting of all of us. I think I've mentioned them before because we've run down other leads. But
okay, has Arizona actually met with him in person? Okay. So I'm like, he's like, Arizona, you got a talker here. I'm impressed.
I mean, I learned from the best, and I'm sort of looking at him, got to surround yourself with good people.
Hey, I know it. It looks like he's like, all right. I tell you what, I think I can find a collector where we can kind of take away that whole scrubbing fee thing. But the highest I can go for everything on this table, 600. It's literally, you take the 600 or you walk out the door with your stuff. I can't help you. I'm losing money if I pay any more.
That's what they owe.
How much
So-
did it cost? How much did it cost to come down here?
800 in gas. Yeah. He's like, yeah. He does the exchange. He pays you in hard cred. These are actually, honest to goodness, Eurobucks as opposed to digital currency. And he one of his people sitting next to him takes the stuff and, kind of puts it over into like a small adjoining room, which is probably the bathroom. Nothing glamorous about this holdup that they're at right now. And guy looks to Knock Knock, Requiem. He's like, hey, if you're ever looking for a shoulder to rub on, just putting it out there.
Knock Knock is like going to look and go. As long as I get to kill someone.
His eyes kind of widen slightly, and he looks back at Arizona. He's like, "Yeah, you get the best people, Arizona. Hey, next time I see you, I want to see you looking a little more Fordish, right? Because you're saddening me here. I mean, I take the extra money I gave you that I was before, that your friend negotiated, and pay for some fucking biosculpting. You got me, Chumba?
Next time we see you, there's going to be out-of-pocket expenses attached to this deal.
Biosculpting, my friend. Do it."
I grumble a bit as we're walking out. Any idea
Hugh-
how much stuff that costs? Jeez.
Hugh claps Arizona on the back. Don't listen to him, man.
Paying us pennies.
You're cool. You're cool.
Knock Knock's Cyber Snake waves goodbye as they leave.
Oh, Jesus, that's terrifying. Yeah, Knock Knock is definitely not stepping foot in a room with him ever again. So yeah, you're the guy's waiting with the overflowing bin of hardware outside, and of course your stuff is all there. He hasn't swiped anything or anything, and he kind of watches you take it, and he's like, yeah, he looks like, yeah. So in future in-person meetings is Arizona only. You can kind of tell he got a comm from Requiem from inside the room as he closes the door.
I look at the big guy who's enamored with me. I look at him, like arch my eyebrow. I look at Knock Knock, and then I look back at him, and I kind of give him that, huh? Like, do you think you could take him or take them?
He kind of like looks at Knock Knock. If I'm and correct me if I'm wrong, my from the pictures you've drawn and the drawing in my head of Knock Knock,
5 foot tall.
Yeah, Knock Knock looks like this thin, wiry little stick that's like this tiny thing and packs a punch. Is that? Am I envisioning Knock Knock correctly?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, he definitely is like, yeah. I just got some derma replacements on the knuckles. I don't want to scuff it up on your little lady here.
Oh no!
Oh god! Oh no!
It's not like that.
Like, time to go.
A vein is just gonna bulge on Knock Knock's head.
I put an arm around Knock Knock. Time to go. Time to go.
What's Mac doing during all this?
Sighing and rolling eyes mostly.
Well, at least Arizona's stepping up to be a Knock Knock keeper for this session so far. So you have that.
Yeah.
There's something to be said. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you guys. I'm assuming you guys find your way out of the building through the labyrinth of hallways and like semi-working elevators and stairwells and etc.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have some money to spend and some skills to upgrade, and so to speak, some learning to do.
Is this
Nice.
the shopping montage?
This is a shopping montage. Oh my god! I did not see this coming.
Yes.
I make fun of people who do D&D sessions where literally they spend the entire session shopping. But here we are, and I'm okay with it. Very okay.
Okay with like not getting into the details, but I just want a point at which I can take, and maybe we'll do it at the break. But yeah, I just want to be able to integrate whatever we got, into upgrading my character before we move on to part 2. So
Sure, that's great.
Well, we only got 30 IP. You can't really do much with that.
You can
yeah.
get a skill level up to 1.
You can all you can do with 30 is take a skill from 0 to 1. That's it.
You can spend some cash though. You guys remember you have to pay rent of I think it's €1,000 at the end of the month. We're a week into the month.
If you have the equivalent of a cargo container.
Yes, if you have something smaller, then it costs less. But yeah,
that's what we all get to start with.
So just keep that in mind. But yeah, you have money to spend. You now have, depending on how you're dividing this extra 600, you have over €1,000 in your pockets right now.
No, Mac was going to divide it evenly. That's what Hugh does. That's what Mac does. We're all friends here.
All right. So 600 4 ways. You do the math.
150.
150 each.
Yeah.
Also, Mac has a feeling that Knock Knock doesn't know how to count.
All right. So yeah. So do we want to do like a shopping montage? What are you all looking to get with your ill-gotten gain? Or are you banking it? Or are you paying your rent right away? Or you taking yourself out for a night in the town with, hookers and blow? What are we doing here?
Well, hookers and blow are always on the table, but
no pun intended. But pun intended.
So, Knock Knock needs to get some more clothes, and when we're gonna go shopping, that's when Knock Knock's bodyguard handlers are gonna show up. It's Miss Sheila and Holly.
Jesus.
Now, from the neck down, one looks like Jessica Rabbit from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. The other one looks like Holly from Cool World. But from the neck up, it's the most manliest man you've ever manned. Like they got stubble, everything.
Very
and
nice.
like you'll see Knock Knock run off and go, Miss Sheila.
Very nice.
And she's in Knock Knock's getting carried away, like, all right, honey, let's go shopping.
All right, so clothes for Knock Knock. What's Mac looking to get? Or are you banking it?
I'm going to bank for now.
Probably wise. Very wise. How about Arizona?
He's still grumbling about the whole body sculpting the issue is I have no idea, like, what that requires in terms of, like, healing time.
I'm going to say, body sculpting, getting cyber eyes, this is a in the office procedure, like in the boutique procedure.
Yeah, I believe they're listed as mall availability, which means they're no harder on you than getting your ears pierced.
Right.
Pretty much.
You can literally get it done in a mall.
Which is impressive in and of itself. Yeah, I think he's gonna have his face done.
Okay. I'll let you look up how much that goes for.
More the classic Harrison Ford face.
Nice.
Padding in the cheeks, a little bit more nose,
Excellent.
From, cosplayer to imitator.
Nice. All right.
And it's 500 for standard body sculpting.
Cool. What does that include? Is that like the full body or?
I'd say.
If you're just getting your face, I'll say we'll call it $250.
Okay. Yeah, it does not say. So.
Yeah, like this is like a full body sculpt would be doing like the ab, getting the ab, implant look, getting the pecs, the all.
There's the benefit that Harrison Ford was always in like decent shape, but he was never in like
awesome
modern,
shape. Right. And of course, body sculpting includes also like skin tinting, like these these guys. That includes stuff like that.
Yeah, I think I'm now in just like permanent stubble stage as opposed to having to shave it down regularly. It's just like always like.
Oh wow, perfect. All right, 250.
250.
250. All right. How about Hugh? How's Hugh spending his ill-gotten gain?
Rent or family?
Oh, probably wise.
What date of the month is it? Like how much are we doing a week
your
per
weekend.
session?
Well, your weekend of the month, we'll say, and yeah, we probably do like a week per session to do like your montage of side gig, etc., that type of thing. Depending on how things go,
Yeah.
we might, depending on if we're like in the middle of something. Well, of course, the next session will be the continuation of that. But yeah, you get the basic idea.
Yeah. So yeah, Hugh would definitely want to invest in opportunity at the beginning of the month, so that by the end of the month, you know, the chances of being able to pull off or find either a bigger story that pays more or pull off a better job that pays more, he increases his chances. So he looks at it as he's got 30 days to try to use what cash he's got to, basically reinvest in himself. The old family tradition. And so that being said, though, right now I think the only thing that he's really super concerned about is having had shot that woman in the face. That wasn't really something he wanted to do. That was purely reaction. And even if nobody else really cares, Hugh does. So I think I want to get a stun baton, which I think is 500 EB.
Okay.
So that I have some kind of a passive attack weapon or a not deadly attack weapon.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah, that. I don't think that's too hard to get. It comes under the same umbrella as like pepper spray does today, and a Kubaton or an extendable baton. Anybody can buy that on the street. This is a little more expensive, a little more techy, but yeah, you could probably buy this at a local self defense boutique right in the mall. Also, malls have come back apparently in the at post Red era. I suppose with so many like arcology style buildings, why not?
But I think the rest would go to like extra memory chips. I'm not really sure what the limit of a memory chip is, but I assume I'm going to need more than one, and I currently only have one. And more bullets
Yeah, restock your bullets.
and
Okay.
food.
Stun baton's only 100. That's not bad.
Oh, it's only 100. Oh, they said
Oh,
500.
it is? I
Yeah.
thought it was 500.
Yeah, page 95.
Oh, well, awesome.
It's a less lethal medium melee weapon.
Maybe it was the microwaver I was looking at that's 500.
There you go. Okay.
That's
Yeah,
next on my
I
list.
wish they would have gone slightly more granular, but as
Yeah.
opposed to 5,500, 5,000 increments.
Right. So yes. Yeah, you can definitely get that. That's available at the mall.
Right.
Let's see here. And yeah, definitely get bullets and kibble if you need more, that kind of thing. But otherwise, yeah, excellent. So when do we meet up again? When is the crew getting back together, and where do they meet up?
What's the kibble cost?
It's 100 if you're doing it monthly.
Yeah, you're already paid up to assume a regular diet. Like, your food bill for the month is paid.
Oh, with
If you want to buy
gotcha.
individually, that would be for extras or to make sure you have food on you when you're on a long mission or whatever.
Gotcha.
All right, so yeah, don't worry about that for now. That's cool.
All right.
So
I would say before the weekend.
Okay. So yeah, so again, one of my goals with this, because I've pretty much every game I've run for quite some time now has been very much like mission oriented, in the sense of, okay, this is the thing we're doing, we're going to get it done. My goal is to make this campaign, some of that, but also just kind of like open world, like Cyberpunk 2077, an excellent game that just came out literally today, and that some of your role players here have already played and love. Yeah, I'm not naming any names, Steve, at all.
How did you tear yourself away?
With tears.
So good.
You look at Steve's face. It's the horror is already there. Like
Or it's just my face.
oh, that's okay. There is that too. Yes. So yes. So the question is, how do we easily bring this in? You know, like so like what I want you guys to have is like have your own goals. Like, okay, so I want to do this or that, and that involves going here. And of course, you can
Sure.
bring the group, and that doesn't necessarily turn it into a mission again. That you know, one or two or four or three people from the group along with you is just like you are a crew, and that's kind of what the way you do it. But feel free to interject your own wants and missions and stuff in here. What I'm trying to do is, as you go, you're going to bump into people who maybe give you leads on stuff, or just bring real life into things, like with the talking to the widow of Dixon. So that's
Okay.
my goal. Again, it's been a while since I've run just a open world, the characters drive everything type of game. But I would like to try that. So feel free to, let's bring up what you want to do.
Okay. Well, I have something.
I will go out after our good Hugh because I have something as well.
Oh, cool.
And I think I volunteered last time, so it's definitely whichever you wish to participate.
Yeah, I mean, you can go first if you want. Knock knock.
Okie dokie. So, all right. So, right now, Knock Knock is going to be doing the other thing that kind of provides popularity for their segments of our little reality show.
Oh my.
Knock Knock is at Miss Sheila's, their go-go club.
Not strippers.
Don't you dare call Knock Knock a stripper. There's a difference.
What is
So,
that? What
when
is the
Knock Knock-
difference for the record?
They don't strip. They only dance.
Let's keep going.
So Knock Knock actually doesn't have the name Knock Knock when they dance. They have the name Candy.
Of course.
And so then at that point, because Knock Knock has the skin that has the gritting. When Knock Knock is dancing, it always like flashes in neon colors to the beat of the song, and Knock Knock's eyes are changes to a different color to like more of a neon green. And so Knock Knock right now is ripping the dance floor. All right, let's see how Knock Knock does with the little dancing.
Oh, you're going straight for the roll.
Yes, guys, I put. Oh God, it's bad.
It looks pretty shitty.
So we'll say Knock Knock is warming up then.
Yeah, so like, I mean, I get that, like, Ginger Rogers did everything Fred Astaire did, but backwards and in heels, and that makes it harder. However, Knock Knock has taken that difficulty level upon themselves, and it is not panned out at this time. Like there's probably like you do like a leap, and instead of like landing on your heeled feet and their stilettos, you actually end up doing what's that fall, like a crash fall or whatever that is. You crash to the ground.
I know exactly. It's the death fall.
Death fall. Yes, thank you.
So I'll do you one better. So Knock Knock was trying to incorporate stilts into the dance.
Oh Jesus! Gotta push that creativity, don't you, Knock Knock?
And we'll just say she was in the back, just going, "Oh God." And ideally, Knock Knock is doing this because then the other side business that Knock Knock also has, besides being a bodyguard, they also have their little mercenary hitman business. They call it the Revenge for Hire. But Knock Knock is very picky. Number one, you have to come watch them dance. And two, it has to be a valid reason of why you're going to send Knock Knock out to go kill him.
Can't just be flippant. You have to have a solid kill.
Exactly. Reason. It has to be something like you were horrendously wrong. Knock Knock doesn't take that petty bullshit.
Right. Do any of their characters go semi-frequently at least to watch Knock Knock dance? Or be at the club?
I go to watch Knock Knock dance. I go to do reaction videos.
That's probably those
I
are.
think I might hang out with you and maybe watch some of the dancers, but
I-
knock, there's like a line between, work and, entertainment.
Yeah, this is just painful and horrible to watch.
Yeah.
The brain up here, for Arizona does not cross that line.
There comes a point where it's time to go home and edit the video, so to speak.
True story. All right, how about Mac? Does
Mac-
Mac go around at all?
Mac probably goes to the club because they're Knock Knock's ride, but Mac very, very pointedly sits with their back to the stage.
Oh wow, it's funny.
When it's time for Knock Knock to go, they'll let me know.
Yeah. The last time Max sat down and watched Knock Knock dragged him on the stage and made him Vogue for him. Just doing things like that.
It's crazy talk.
So Max never lived that down.
Yeah, let's not talk about that incident.
So definitely the dance floor is lit up. There's neon everywhere. There's glitter balls, multiple ones. There's holograms. Like a hologram person just appears for a second to do a dance move and disappears. It's still proud. I'm assuming it's still kind of a divey feel. This is not an expensive place, but in this level of technology, it doesn't take a lot to set up such a display, if you will. The bar is probably worn hard plastic, and as it, pretty much just as Knock Knock takes their spill, an old friend of Max approaches you.
Ooh.
Max like,
Mhm.
do you sit near Arizona, Hugh, when you have your back turned? Or are you like totally in the back of the bar, as far away from the dance floor as possible?
Could be at the same table, and they could be viewing.
Gotcha. So you're an old friend, Castaban. He's like an old nomad buddy, kind of like when you were kind of cutting your teeth in the nomad in your nomad pack. He couldn't make the grade, and he got kicked out pretty much because he just couldn't handle the life. So he basically he's now just basically a petty criminal. He gets in trouble every now and then. Every now and then you meet him with his teeth kicked in or something like that. But he was not pack material. But yeah, he kind of sees you, and it's like a surprise. More to see you than to see Knock Knock, of course. And he kind of saunters over to you. He's like, "Hey, Chumba, it's been a while."
It has been. What brings you by these questionable establishments?
He's like, "Oh, I was just hoping to get enough smash in my system to drown out the pain. I got shot, man." He kind of pulls back his shirt and shows like a patched up hole, probably patched up with like that spray on stuff. Basically forms a plastic barrier. Not the best thing, but in theory, it has some antiseptic, antibacterials in it that at least work for a little while. But yeah, he's like, "I just got shot. I'm just trying to get rid of the pain at this point." And then he kind of catches Knock Knock out of the corner of his eyes, like, it's not helping much. I need more smash. I'm just almost out of euro. He's like, "What are y'all doing here?"
I'm just waiting for work.
He's like, "What?" Oh, he kind of looks at Arizona. He's like, oh. You're one of the Fords, right?
Like,
Tip the fedora.
I think I'm, kicked back, with like my feet up, sort of solo style on the table, but I'm like, do the hat tip of the fedora.
Yeah. So he's like, "Yeah, well, that's cool." You can tell it's not cool as far as he's concerned.
Hugh's busy putting filters over Knock Knock while they're dancing and trying to find out what the funniest one is, and showing them off to Ford or Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, this is my buddy here. He's very, very, very handy to have around when things get a little rough in establishments like these. I mean, after all, Han shot first.
The reference is completely and utterly lost on your friend. No idea. Just goes right over. He's like, man, it's just not even safe. You can walk down my old neighborhood. Our old neighborhood, really. You know, you were there for a little while.
Villainy.
What's that?
Scum and villainy.
Scum and villainy, yes.
Like who shot you?
Some wannabe go-ganger. I think they. It's funny. He's like, yeah. They're like they have those like those 6 mil specials. You know the kind you buy at the shoe store.
Yep.
You know that you take off the plastic on the front and then it's a gun, and it's like I don't know. They've been going through those like crazy. I think a crate fell off a truck or something because they've been using them like nobody's business. And I was just target practice, so
Only good for about 6 shots before they're junk.
yeah, exactly. But they must have a box of them, but because they've been going crazy, and you add that with some black lace, and let me tell you, just trust me, don't go to our neighborhood if you can avoid it for at least another 12 hours.
Sounds pretty dangerous.
Yeah, well, I got my smash on, so it's like sorry to bother you. Just want to say, hey, you're missed sometimes, Mac. I think about you.
Who's missing me besides you?
Well, you're once you leave the neighborhood, there's just stories. So as far as I know, you're just that nomad on the, nomad going down the road.
Oh, we can't stay at one place for too long.
That kind of hurt because like now it's like you reminded him he's not part of the pack. You can kind of see that takes like an effect on him, and he's like, "Yeah, I know how it goes with your people." He'll kind of go back to the bar, and since we're at the halfway point, let's take a quick break. Just want to squeeze it in at the most opportune moment I can, which this is probably the best. But yeah, so why don't we see you guys in 10, 8:44 or 8:45 on my clock. Alrighty?
Alrighty.
Okay, see you guys soon.
Roger.
We are all returned. Excellent. Cool. All right, so yeah, you guys are hanging out in the club. What's the name of the club, by the way? Knock knock.
Right. I thought about this long and hard. Let's just go for simple. We'll just have it be named Sheila's Pad.
Sheila's Pad. So as you guys are kind of hanging out, Hugh's getting his clips. Sharing with Arizona. Who did you get the death fall of Knock Knock?
Oh yeah.
That's totally going out there. That's going to be out there forever. So
that's the spike.
that's the money shot right there.
Oh.
So Mac, your friend kind of sits down over at the bar away from where you are, and it's as you're kind of watching him go off, you see a group of 4 new folks come in. And they're rough and tumble. So they're obviously 3 of them are like heavy boosters. Like they just look completely badass. They will eat you. And then one of them looks like he's wearing the jacket, but no patches or anything on it to denote membership. And they all kind of saunter up. It's like the toughs are like 2 women, 1 androgynous, and they're all like geared up. These are people on the verge of cyber psychosis. They each have at least 1 limb replacement. Some have 2, like both arm. One has 1 arm, one has both arms, one has both legs gone and displayed. And they're in. Yeah, they're in and they're mostly done either in chrome or in black paint out, blackout paint. They all have these heavy leather jackets on, and at least one of the heavy ones kind of has several kind of old school face tattoos where it's actually just ink. It's not anything lighting up or anything like that. Yeah, and they kind of have a seat at one of the tables, about, I'd say, like 4 meters away from you guys. I'll use meters since that's what the Cyberpunk world uses. We should all go metric. Let's just face it. Yeah, that's what it should be.
Mac, do you know those guys?
I don't know. Do they look familiar? Or they just look like trouble.
They look like trouble. Knock knock. If you kind of, as you're in one of your pirouettes, you kind of catch them come in, you would recognize them as like Dead Eyes. They're like an offshoot of another booster gang that does nothing but like trouble, and they're kind of like looking to make a name for themselves. Yeah, Mac,
Oh.
but yeah, Mac knows an initiate when he sees one though. Mac has gone through a similar thing with the Nomad Pack. In the sense of like, there's the one not tough guy yet who has to kind of show what they can do before they're jumped into the gang, which is a horrible ceremony. Lots of blood, lots of broken stuff, etc., etc. But yeah, they kind of have a seat, and they're watching the dance floor, and the kind of the lead one, a woman, is like, dance for me. And then they order a round of smashes, and one for the dancer too. But they're this big ruckus, and suddenly they're kind of just quietly watching for the moment.
This might be interesting to see how this goes down.
What's the general size of the place and current population? Are we talking 5, 50, 500?
I'll say this is not a huge place. I'm trying to, if people were packed in, there would be 100 maybe tops, literally standing room only. But otherwise, in this case, it's only maybe 20 people tops, including the dancers. And there's some space here.
Knock Knock's going to look at Sheila and kind of give her the code for, we got trouble.
I know. Is Sheila dancing, or is she behind the bar? Or are they behind the bar?
She's behind the bar. So she's just standing there smoking a cigarette. Sees Knock Knock do Knock Knock signal is a twerk, okay? Knock Knock twerks at Sheila.
I don't think that's a good sign, because there's not trouble all the time, but there's always twerking, so I don't see how that's really a reliable signal. But be that as it may,
Knock Knock is a classically trained dancer. Knock Knock goes for more ballet. Knock Knock doesn't twerk.
Character for the dance, yeah.
So yeah, she'll kind of nod. You there's a sawed-off shotgun underneath the bar, and a couple other pistols. Again, this is Night City. In a normal bar, there probably is a shotgun behind the bar, but this has to be a little harder, a little heavier. So yeah, there's some munitions behind that bar, and she is in arm's reach of all of them.
I think I will scope out the current exits of the room in case I need to use one of them.
Yeah, if this were a Powered by the Apocalypse game, I would say you were casing.
Read a bad situation.
Read a bad situation. Yeah. That would be this. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, there's the main exit that everyone comes in. Front door. You have the bathroom, which actually does have a small window outside of it. You have a back room, a door to the back room, and then you have a door to a rear exit type. It's like a hallway that leads to a rear exit as it goes through some other
the alley.
Yeah, like the alley. But it's there's more than just this business here. So it's basically that door takes you in a hallway, which then meets other doors, which are also leading out to the back. That kind of thing.
Did you mention the name of this place yet? If not, I have a name.
Sheila's something.
Sheila's Pad.
Sheila's Pad.
Sheila's Pad. So Hugh, while that's happening, Hugh puts the camera into facing mode. The dude, like he doesn't have to switch the camera. He just uses a different lens, and so that he can, get some live footage with him in front of it, and just in case this turns into a story, this is Hugh Huntley at Sheila's pad. Looks like we have 4 potential ruffians here, and things are escalating quickly. And that's enough footage that if something does actually happen, then he can stick that in front.
Yeah, there's probably in the background of that you see Knock Knock twerking, and like as the backdrop to that shot or whatever, and lights are playing all over the place. So it's gonna be heck to edit later, but there we are.
Yeah, and we'll catch some of the actual group in that shot too. So like,
Totally.
The camera comes off of me, and I can still see the screen, and kind of get a shot of the 4 ruffians, and also maybe zoom in on the bar owner, giving them the evil eye, on Sheila.
Nice. Yeah, and there's just some few other bar patrons and tables that are kind of farther away from either the door or the new ruffians than yourselves. And they're just kind of having a good time. They're blitzed out of their mind. They're, combination of alcohol and drugs. And they're, just they kind of go between being conscious and like cheering on the dancer at that time, or just kind of like collapsed right over the table. And, Sheila knows to, who to refill and who not to refill, and who's already paid and who hasn't and stuff. So
I was gonna say, I imagine there's not really like a limit.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a liquor license or legal limit to stop service.
To whoever.
Exactly.
No one's calling you a cab, just a hearse.
Arizona does, rock the table with his, foot a little bit that's on there, and just says, hey Mac, you mind moving over to the side just in case this table needs to become a shield?
Of course.
Of course. Mac is a very pragmatic individual. So yeah, the as time kind of passes, they're kind of having a good time. They ordered like way too much Smash. Like literally, this would kill normal people drinking this much Smash. But that's what they are. It's yellow, foamy, and comes in cans.
They're enhanced a little bit physically.
Yeah, exactly. And it goes on that way for a while, and finally they kind of look, the head woman there, she looks like she's in charge, and she's one with the 2 cyber arms, and they're all chromed out, and she actually has like a lighter on the thumb of one, so it like lights her flick sticks and cigarettes, and she's kind of looking around, now way high too, like, holy shit, that's Mac. Holy shit, that's Knock Knock. We're on that fucking reality show. Where's my money? Where's my money, bitch? And she actually takes out like a large gun and slams it on a table. I'm on a TV show and I want my money.
God.
Arizona just whispered to the side to you. He's like, for the past 10 minutes, I've been thinking this is just like, that scene where Indiana Jones is running from that boulder. Except we've just been sitting and watching it. Come towards us.
I fully agree with you, Dr. Jones.
Yeah, they kind of nudge the newbie, and you can't hear what they're saying over the loud music and whatnot, but they kind of nudge the newbie, and the newbie comes over to Mac, standing right in front of Mac.
While that's happening, I'm getting up as if I didn't hear anything and going towards the exit.
All right. So yeah. The guy steps in front of Mac and kind of assumes this badass stance. And you can tell he's a newbie because he doesn't know how to quite do that. This is not an intimidating moment for Mac. I think we can all safely say that. but he is trying to join a booster gang, so that counts for something. And he kind of does that, and he kind of does this, and you see the glass claws of Rippers come out, the carbon glass claws, and he kind of touches him to his face, like kind of running him down. He's like, "Hey, me and the gang were thinking that you owe us some TV money."
Really? Really? Is that so?
You're Mac, right?
You know that thinking is not always recommended for all sorts of people.
Oh my god.
To your agents, you guys hear 3, 2, 1.
You know, she's saying she wants her money, but you kind of have to have money first before you can say it's yours.
The guy's gonna feel something tapping on his back.
Oh, what is it?
I don't know if that's
Knock Knock's behind him. The cyber snakes out of their mouth, and his tap is just just out of Knock Knock's mouth. Knock Knock's just standing right behind Mac. Well, right behind the guy. Sorry.
And while he's distracted, I'm just gonna pull my pistol grip sawed-off shotgun and just boom, shove it right in his crotch.
Okay.
And
I was gonna say I already wanted to shoot him, so
Oh
I
God!
had the conversation earlier in the show.
and I'll hold up my hand. It's like, I can see you have very pretty nails and you do an incredible job, but I just don't do anything with my nails. It gets in the way. And I'll just very slowly, deliberately, like we heard, cock the shotgun.
All right, let's do some intimidation. Let's see what we have here. So Mac, what do we have? So let's see. We have a persuasion? I'm not sure if this is this persuasion in the Cyberpunk Red tool set, if you will.
I didn't realize if there was a threat or not.
Is there a threatening version? If not, then of course.
The threatening version would be interrogation, skill of forcibly extracting information from people.
No.
Persuasion is convincing, persuading, or influencing, or the ability to talk others into doing what you want.
Sure. For purposes now, at least, let's call it that. I'm good with that. So go ahead and roll. I'm gonna set. I'll set your stakes here. Arizona. Yes.
I would throw out that this could be considered a face down.
Oh.
Page 194.
Oh no! Awesome. Thank you very much. So yeah, so that's yet another mechanic that's introduced here.
Who's the biggest badass?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you so much.
What page was that on?
194.
194.
Yeah, let's go there. So yeah, there's a new mechanic called a face-off. Basically, it's your rep against the other person's rep. It's kind of like that scene in the samurai movies where they come to the little bridge and only one person can pass at a time, and they kind of both, size each other up, and then the one who loses steps aside for the other to pass. This is kind of like that thing. So yeah, let's do that. And so basically the mechanic here is you make your roll, against each other. If whoever loses then either has the option A, back down, or 2, take -2 to future actions against the opponent due to fear until they've defeated them once. So yeah, thank you for pointing that out, Steve. I appreciate it. So yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to say this guy has a. What's that?
Just future question: is that cumulative? Like, if you get somebody to back down twice, or
I would say no. It would stand. Basically,
okay.
Yeah, basically it would stand until either they do completely back down forever or they've defeated the other person.
But then you don't have to do anything until they defeat you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. So I'll make a roll for this guy. I'm gonna say, he's a booster, so he has at least some cool He doesn't have any real reputation. I'm gonna put it as just a 2. So that's I'm gonna say that's like an 8. So 1d10 plus 8.
That reputation now.
Yeah. And so what kind of reputation am I working with then? Probably more than 2.
I think isn't it your
It,
roll level?
Oh, is it? Okay.
not it, no, it's like it says cool plus reputation footnote. Da, da, da. Okay, in the sidebar, his reputation,
Oh, I see.
blah blah blah, reputation of 4. He's known locally for a killer show he played last week. Yeah, reputation isn't a skill or a stat. It's more
Yeah.
what is
So
reputation in the moment for these purposes. So
right. So there is a side note that says most Cyberpunk Red characters start with a reputation as 0. So I'll put this guy at 0 also, and then we can. This will be establishing our reputation. So let's see.
okay,
That'll be 6 then. So
and go. It's 0 rep, huh?
yeah, 0 up. So you're 1d10 plus your cool.
Ooh. Oh.
Yep.
Oh
Well,
no.
I've lost this one.
All right. So yeah, in the face down, what do? You have your 2 options. He kind of like you put the thing in his crotch, and strangely he is kind of not backing down. He's just he kind of looks down at you, and you have to think it's because of the fact that the boosters are watching. Like if he crumbles here, if he backs away, if he shows you know fear or hesitation, he's done. They'll kill him. So yeah, what do? Do you back down, or you're doing keeping the -2 until you defeat him?
That is a very impressive roll. So I'm gonna do this face off and that, and you know what? So I am going to do a back down, but I'm obviously not gonna try and show fear. I'm just gonna. I've got this pointed at his crotch, press up against his crotch, and he's just kind of giving me its look, and so I'm just gonna pull the gun away and start laughing and go, "Hey, Shumba, you certainly have them made of Kevlar." And pretty much, I'm totally backing down, but I'm trying to like talk him up and you know point out he's really awesome. That's really good. Make him look good in front of the gang
Sure.
and act very very impressed.
He's like, hey, you give me €50 for more smashes for the night, and we'll let you have a nice quiet night. What do you say?
Oh, and go on, he's like that. Absolutely. And I'll go and pull 50 out, hand it over.
Knock
This,
doesn't like that.
this you definitely won't.
I'm sorry. Knock's hitting this guy upside the head with his cyber snake. Nope.
Gold.
You do not come in and make demands from Knock's loved ones.
Is
friends.
Knock actually like cyber snaking him, or is this just a attention getter knock type thing?
We're gonna start with an attention knock first.
Yeah,
like the cyber snake just smacks him upside the head.
yeah, he kind of turns around to that, and he has the euro in his hand, and kind of folds it up, puts it in his pocket. Like, you're cute.
Yep, Knock's just flat out hitting him with the cyber snake now.
So that does no damage, really. That's more like a punch. It doesn't do much.
Oh no, just wants to hit him in the nuts.
That still won't do much. He'll kind of take the hit, unless you're actually going to attack like full on cyber snake. It's not very effective. It's not like a prehensile anything or that kind of thing.
Cyber snake is a piercing weapon, so as a bludgeoning implement, it's not going to do much.
Oh god damn it! Is Knock gonna do it?
You did say you're cute. I mean,
Okay, before Knock Knock does it, is Knock Knock ready for Sheila's reaction?
Sheila has seen this.
Yes, but how does Sheila feel about
Still her bar, her
people
patrons.
getting shanked in the middle of her bar?
Oh, wait. You're right. Sheila's yelling to Knock Knock, do it outside.
Take it
Don't get
outside.
blood on the floor again.
The
Take
bar.
it outside. I don't need blood on my bar again.
Yeah, you already they had to go through 2 different mops just to get it out of there last time, off the floor. Squeegees, were involved, that type of thing. All right. So, Hugh, are you actually out the door by this point, or you're just kind of standing by the exit?
At the door, because I need to be able to shoot what's going on. So
What's Arizona up to?
Arizona has his gun out and it's on his lap, and he's leaning back, and it's just pointed at the guy. He's just waiting for the right thing to set it off. That this is going to be a fight.
I will say, go ahead. I will say, if for anybody who's getting snuck up on like that, I would,
You're gonna call it
whisper
out.
to him. Yeah, I'm gonna call it out that it's happening. So
Gotcha. So yeah, no sneak attacks here. Good job. Definitely, Hugh has the perfect vantage point for that, and has all your agents on speed dial, pretty much. Constant connect. So yeah, the guy kind of.
I'm struggling with trying to figure out how to make this a better story. Like, there's got to be another way to ramp
hurts.
this up more.
That hurts.
So
by
far,
the
the
way.
only thing I can think of is getting these guys into some kind of a office space interview where I'm talking to each one of them and they're telling me their stupid life story.
Yeah, they break
well,
down and cry in the background of the office, the white office cube.
Yeah,
and then
or
my mom
yeah.
overdosed right in front of me.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Whatever. But I just can't figure out how to get from where we are now to something like that. And I'm not so sure it would be that cool, but that's what I'm thinking about.
Right now, everything's kind of going in slow motion for Knock Knock. Knock Knock looks at Sheila. Sheila's just shaking her head. No. looks at Arizona, sees the gun. Knock Knock assumes, all right, we're doing this, and looks over to the table, and all Knock Knock does is shout, "Your friend's going to die." And Knock Knock goes to do a regular piercing attack.
Oh my god! All right, let's roll initiative. All right, let's see. Hold on.
Money.
Hold on.
They're coming in our club, taking our money.
All right, hold on. I think I got to get you guys out on
Yep, with some tokens out.
Yeah, tokens out. I gotta get your tokens out. All right. Here, yeah. Hold.
Knock knock, whip it out.
Here, let's put Hugh over here. Let's see, knock knock.
Oh, there's 2 of me. There we go. Now there's only 1.
We don't see. I don't see it yet. Where?
Woohoo! 17.
All right, so hold on. Let's see here.
At this point, Mac is definitely up there with Knock Knock.
Oh, now I've got some updates. Okay. My guy still blue. Where the hell am I?
Yeah, if you do get lower than what you originally rolled, we'll just slot you in there.
I doubt I could.
Okay. So I do that, and then I click on the roll initiative.
Yes, perfect.
Oh, that's weird. So yeah, select your. Would you have to select your token first? How do you get it to appear up there? It's only
okay.
You click on your token. Yeah, and then you can roll initiative from the sheet.
Got it. I don't know. Leave it at 8.
No, I'll bump you up to. What was it before?
12.
You rolled a 15 when we did the thing. So
I know. 12 was the first roll. I'd go with that if you can force it.
Yeah, we'll organize you.
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure you can
Oh,
change
yeah,
the
you can just
numbers.
click on it. I'm just going to type
Yeah,
it.
there you go. Yeah, you can click that it.
Thank you.
Let's-
And then
Yeah, this is only our second time using this, so bear with us. Let's
I
see.
know there's some functionality to reorder it. I just am not totally familiar. I've been GM'd using Roll20, so
Yeah, so let's see here. So initiative, okay. And what's this one? Let's see. Four, two. Okay, bear with me. And then, oops. Okay, so let's see where we're at. So we can expand this. Be nice. There we go.
You don't mess with Mackie in front of Knock Knock.
Okay. 12. All right. Okay. So let's see. So Knock Knock is first. What are you doing?
Knock Knock is going to shoot out the cyber snake at this gentleman.
Yeah, and you can I just positioned him here because it seemed right, but if you're like right on him, you can do that too.
Yeah,
We
they're
can
literally
start
going to be
chopping.
like literally right on. They're just going to be right in front of each other. Oh god, that is beautiful. Let's see if he can evade it.
All right, let's see here. So let's see.
melee attacker rolls their relevant skill, and the defender gets to roll their dexterity plus evasion.
Great. Let's see here. We're gonna call that. We're gonna call that 9. Okay. I didn't actually stat up these guys. I just kind of made the basics for them enough to roll initiative. 1d10. All right. Do cyber snake damage.
17.
17. What did you roll to?
5, 6, 3, 3.
Okay, and you roll doubles.
Is it doubles or is it double six?
Is it
I thought
double?
it's just double sixes.
I think it's double sixes. You're right. Okay, so keep that in mind. So okay, so 17 points of damage. Already a hurting puppy. Let's see here. Yeah, so we're already destroying here. So yeah, I'm gonna actually I'm gonna stat up these guys while I'm here. And cool. All right. Did you want to make any kind of moves? You basically took him down. He's, for all intents, he's has 3 health points left, so he's pretty much gonna be falling on the ground and trying not to die really soon.
Oh, so then basically, what happens is
So, and describe this.
Knock Knock
We really can't do this without you describing this cyber snake attack either.
yes. So it's to all of your horror, it happens again. Knock Knock jumps on the guy, locks lips on him, and you just see his throat going, and the snake comes out, shoots back in. Like Knock Knock, the guy's just.
Oh my god.
And then Knock Knock's gonna go around behind him and then just like kind of using him for cover.
Okay, move yourself. That's well within your move, so that's cool. All right. And you don't want to move anymore?
Nope, that is perfect.
Okay.
That's exactly the only thing that happens is Knock Knock looks at Miss Sheila. Miss Sheila is just.
Oh well. All right, Mac, what are you doing?
The guy I was trying to make friends with just got snaked in front of me.
Snaked. It's a verb now.
He's disemboweled. He's just, why?
Yeah. It's terrifying.
Knock Knock throws your money back to you.
Oh, jeez. I'm going to say you don't have quite enough time to get that out of his pants yet. There'll be time enough for that later.
Sorry, you need more than one action to get in his pants, Knock Knock.
That goes with in real life as well as in Cyberpunk Red. All right, Mac, what you doing? No pressure, but pressure.
Are the other guys readying to defend or readying to come to his aid?
Yeah, it does look like that. They're not come to his aid, but just get in their own ass kicking.
Time to put their smash to work.
Pretty much.
What is your fucking problem, Knock Knock? And then I am going to tip over the table that we were sitting at and duck and cover behind it. Table will be facing the other three gangers.
All right. Let's see.
Because, yeah.
Funny. All right. Let's. I'm just going to draw it in here. Basically, that's the position you're looking at.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's what they always do in movies. Hide behind cover.
Hide behind cover. So
They always tip over the table and go.
Gotcha. So let's see here. So I'm gonna call that's like you're dropping a shield. So that's like your action.
My action is to equip a shield, essentially.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, just not a shield I'm able to, walk with.
Right. And how much it would hold back, we don't know yet, but we'll find out.
Great.
So do you? And I'm assuming you're not moving because that's where you want to stay anyway, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Gotcha. Alrighty. All right. So Thug 4 is next. I'm gonna say, what do you call it? Thug 4 is the one with the two cyber legs. And you can see they have like the can of Smash in their hand, and they literally like do the squish, which is meaningless because literally anyone can do that, but that's like a tough guy move. I'm gonna say they are going to move towards. They're moving the direction of Knock Knock. So let's see. They're gonna that, and you can see that they're gearing up for some martial arts type moves. Probably some kicking, if one had to wonder. And you can see this there's this look in their eyes, Knock Knock, that maybe even makes you a little scared. Yeah, that kind of like they've had too many smashes. They've always had too many smashes. They are salivating a bit at the thought of getting to kick your face in and lick off their own boot, pretty much. So yeah, there's that. Hugh, you're next. What's up with Hugh?
So, yeah, Hugh is recording dialogue. So,
His owner.
God damn
yeah,
it.
oh yeah, but also taking aim. So, the next person who's a threat that's approaching, Hugh is keeping aim on basically lower half. Like he feels like a knee shot that would be good enough, but hip to knee because knees are a little harder to hit than hips. But just keeps a shot and talking to the camera. Well, viewers, the Chaos Fairy does not disappoint, do they? Let's see what happens as our adventurers attempt to assuage their new thug friends.
Their new thug friends. Oh my god. All right, so you're kind of holding still there. I'm going to call that holding your action too. If you should
Yeah,
if you should feel later in the round that you want to attack or do whatever,
Yep.
run.
I'm gonna hold.
Okay. All right, Arizona, you're up.
Despite their eyes being on Knock Knock, Arizona doesn't quite like the closeness of the cyber-legged individual. Especially since they're intruding on our cover.
Sure.
So I think I'm gonna, stand up, fire from the hip, and shoot that gentleman twice.
All right. Go for it.
Or gentlewoman, I forget which.
Thug 4, I think.
Yeah.
Thug 4. They don't get names.
So
Ooh, nice.
I'm sure that's a hit unless they have evasion.
Yeah, they are gonna be dodging it. But let's see here.
That means they have a high ref.
Shooting with a pistol is actually just against the
The distance. Yeah.
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 Unless they have evasion.
Yeah. So
Well,
yeah,
they
exactly. Or
they need
if they have like reflex fast enough.
reflex stat of 8, then they can choose to use
But I
evasion
wasn't sure
instead.
like whether they had a high reflex or not.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's the total range on that shot. Although actually, that's going to hit no matter what.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna hit unless you're 13 meters out. That's hitting.
So
Right? Even if that's what's that?
They don't have a ref of 8.
They do not. Yeah, you
Okay.
just shot him twice. So go ahead and do roll 2 damages. All right. So they're wearing an armor jack, and here's where we get a little higher up on the hierarchy here. So you shoot them twice, and they take no damage. Their armor jack protects them, but it goes down. Their armor jack is whereas it was protecting 11, it is now protecting 9.
Right.
So,
The ablation.
yep. So yeah, basically, and that's kind of the cool thing. They again, what I like about the armor in this game as opposed to 2020 is that you can't.
Defeatable.
Yeah, nobody is undefeatable. You can get hurt. It just might take a bit. All right. Did you want to move at all, Arizona?
No, I'm pretty much in the booth, so there's not a lot of place I can go.
Well, you're more at you're at an open table, so if you did want to move, you could.
I think I'll move maybe over here.
Okay. All right. I will finish off your turn then.
I'm still.
Yep. All right. So let's see. This Thug 3, is gonna take their pistol and try to shoot at Mac.
Alrighty.
Yep. So that table I'm going to say is going to stop 5 damage at most before it just
Yeah.
shatters. So
Yeah, that's they said. Well, it takes 1 hit up to 5.
Yeah.
Any excess damage is wasted, but then the cover is broken.
right, exactly. So it basically going to blow up should they actually hit you. Let's see.
Yeah.
So it's 2, 4, 6, 8. Ooh, and I have my handy measurer too. Here we go. Is it? Yeah.
Is the bar to my right or to my left?
It's to your left. I can draw that in.
Okay. I guess I would also be sizing that up for dodge and cover and leap over the bar.
Yeah, so the bar's like this. Door is over here. You're pretty much near it.
So
I can see it faster on the Twitch stream than I can on my own Roll20.
Oh, that's weird.
That's weird.
Yeah.
All right.
So
let's
how
see.
far are they?
So let's see. So you are 12 meters away. So let's.
Okay, just barely. That's in medium range with a DB of 15.
Yeah, so 15. All right. All right. So you'll also shoot twice. Let's see here. So I'm gonna say it's 11 plus 1d or 1d10 plus 11. And again, I'll get more stats to these guys, but it's pretty much want to get them ready for initiative, if nothing. All right. So the first one, both go through. So I'm going to say, let's see. So the damage on the first one will basically take out the table.
As long as it's at least five damage.
Yeah. Yep. All right. And all right. So 3d6. Okay. Okay, so the first one takes out the cover. And 4 points go to you, but none actually hit you. So ablates your armor by 1. And then the second does 10 points, which again is totally ablated by your armor, but take it down again another. And that's it. So basically, yeah, you feel the punch of the bullets as they hit you, and like the plastic wood of that table kind of like flies past you. You probably get like a little cut on your face as it goes on by, and like it's just reduced to nothing. And you like I say, you do feel the punches of the two staccato hit you, and like not quite throw you off balance, but you felt it. There's going to be a bruise there probably, but nothing lasting, of course. And yeah, that's all that thug will do. Let's see, we're back to Thug 1, who I'm just going to say expired at this point. So let's do thing. Dead. All right, so yeah, they just pretty much bled out on the ground. Not pretty. So let's take Thug 1 out of here. All right, at least let's see Thug 2 now. Let's see. I think Thug 2 is gonna start to advance. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and I'll say they're gonna take a swipe at Arizona. They also have. What's that?
I did just shoot it.
You did shoot. Fair. It's only fair. It's only fair. But yeah, they basically shows some rippers and goes to take a shot at you. So go ahead and roll your Dex plus evasion skill plus 1d10. Ooh, nice.
Wow.
All right. And let's see. So Dex, melee skill. Yeah. We'll do, yeah. This is probably a foregone conclusion. You can still get a 10, and which of course, does the thing, but 10 plus 10. 18 does not make it. All right, so yeah, you basically dodge the thing, and you can actually like smell the smash on their hands as they go by. As the hands go by, like you can like see the yellow stains from smash on the fingertips as they whisk by you, just narrowly missing.
Close up shows the claw go right in front of the face.
Yeah, you do a quasi matrix right there.
I don't know. It depends how good of a close up,
It's a good one. It will be. In post, it will be, definitely. All right.
Yeah, we're definitely following attack by attack right now.
All right, Knock Knock, you're up.
All right. Knock Knock look in the eyes of that dude with the cyber legs and it's just L. But Knock Knock's going to walk towards him. Get right in front of him.
All right, and do what?
Oh, we're going for Cyber Snake.
Oh, that's just a weapon of choice. All right, let me roll his roll to.
I'm actually kind of restricting myself right now because realistically, Knock Knock didn't bring their other weapons.
Right.
That's true.
Well, I mean, the Cyber Snake is.
It.
Yeah, Cyber Snake is technically a was it a heavy melee weapon?
It's a very heavy, so it does 4 types of damage, but it's also ROF 1.
Yeah, you only get one shot.
Sure.
All right, so let me. I'll roll. Let's see, 10. What's that? These guys have basic base stats.
I rolled a 22. I rolled a 22.
All right, roll your damage.
Ooh,
All right.
that's only a 13.
13. Okay. So you do hit, and they take damage. So they only take. Let's see here. This person has been hit, so it'll ablate their damage, their armor coat. So they're down to 10, and they'll take 2 damage. All right. Who is next? Let's see here. Knock knock. Did you get anything else you needed to do? Any more movement? You're allowed to move still, or continue your move if you wanted to finish it off.
No, Knock Knock is standing proud, like, all right, your turn.
Interesting. All right. Let's see. Mac, you're up.
Well, my table is destroyed. I've been banged up, and one of them moved right next to me. So I guess I'm just gonna have to make this point blank shot. See what
Unfortunate
I can
soul.
All right. You have a 17 DV.
I'm
I'm sorry. Or you're shooting them. Sorry. I'm sorry. You're shooting them.
which actually is only a 13 DV at this range.
Yes, you're correct. Sorry.
All right. And
all right.
So
roll your damage.
That will do it. All right. All right. Are you fucked?
All ones. All right. You ablate the armor.
A glancing shot.
A glancing shot. All right. So you can see how how combat is. I mean, you definitely want to have armor on, because this is what saves you from all the bad stuff. Whereas the guys you faced last time had none, so it just went straight to their bodies. All right. That was. Are you shooting once or twice?
Just once. Very heavy.
Oh, it's very heavy. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and then I will back away.
Excellent.
Over there, and then I'm done.
All right. Thug 4. It's time to take a swipe at Knock Knock. Knock Knock. Let's roll your defense. Let's see. So
is it evasion?
Dexterity plus evasion plus 1d10.
Bloop.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Actually, let's see. So 1d10. Oh yeah, it did roll 10. Okay. Yeah. So 3, 13. All right. Yeah. So this is one of the androgynous one. Is basically does a couple kicks, like you can see it again. It's very much like Arizona's close up, where it's like you see like the kick goes out here, then the retracts. The kick goes out here, and then a swipe comes across, and Knock Knock is kind of weaving and bobbing at each one.
No, because it's like we're dancing.
Oh, Jesus! All right, Hugh, you're up.
So far the guy that the original attack, he's incapacitated.
No, he's like bled out on the floor. He's dead.
Yeah. Okay. And what I'm seeing is people are shooting each other, but they are basically knocking down each other's armor right now.
Pretty much, yep.
Right. Okay. What is this other guy doing that's just hanging back?
He's shot at Mac one time.
He shot at Mac one time, and out of the 3 that are standing, is he the only one with a gun?
He's the only one using a gun, at least. Yes.
Okay. Is there anybody who's got a heavier weapon slung over their back or anything like that.
Not that you can see. Not in all
Okay.
this.
Okay. I really want to help, but I really don't like shooting people. Not with a gun, anyway. So yeah, I really want to get, like, I want to be the guy who saves the day, right? Like, so and I don't want to attract attention to myself. I think Q at this point is probably going to slide over the bar so he can, basically use the camera from behind the bar, but be able to duck behind it if he needs to.
Okay.
Yeah, and maybe take a swig out of a rail bottle or something like that while he's waiting.
Nice. All right, and that's your thing for this round.
Yeah, I want to stay aimed, I guess, on the guy who's shooting at this point.
Gotcha. Perfect.
And I'll switch, seeing the armor effects, like seeing how how well armor absorbs so many hits. I'm gonna stay tuned on a headshot for him.
Gotcha. All right, Arizona, you're up, sir.
Hmm. I definitely want to put a little distance between myself and this individual with rippers.
Mm-hmm. It's wise.
Yeah, only because punching them just it looks cool in the movies, but it's not always the answer.
Right.
So I'll back up, kind of into the corner. And each hex
The
is
face, not the face.
2 meters or
Yeah, 2 meters.
square.
Yep.
Make sure I'm not going too far away from them. I don't want to go too far away. I have to roll really high, and I'm good. At least make them, make them think and advance. And I will fire 2 shots.
Okay.
What is my move stat? I don't know if I can go that far. My move is 6.
So you can move 6 squares.
That's 6 meters or 6
No.
squares?
It's 6 squares.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're not using squares, it's 12 meters, which
Just
is 6 squares.
All right.
Don't want to move, further than I'm allowed.
You're doing fine.
Pistol.
All right.
That is actually going to be a miss.
That misses, right?
In fact, that's a critical miss. I don't know if that's anything special.
A critical miss?
Yeah.
No.
I would assume a red 1 would mean that it was a critical miss.
Yeah. Now, all it is, if you roll critical, you roll the d10 again as a minus.
Yeah, so the roller already takes all that into account.
Got it.
Yeah. But otherwise,
it will be though.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, damage 9. Okay, again, no damage to them.
Yep, more bleeding
armor stability. So you can see now. This is this is going to be long. This is a bad part of this type of combat. This is going to be a long issue. So we're probably going to be finishing off the session on this and still having some more to go. But let's draw this one out and see how we do. So Arizona, you did your shot and you did your move. Do you have any spaces to move again, or are you all set?
I think I moved about my map.
Okay. Alrighty.
I guess I'm gonna have to participate to speed things up.
All right. So this guy. Let's see here. I think it's
before the round turns over. I'm gonna take my shot.
All right.
Just let me know when.
Gotcha. Let's see here. All right, so let's see. So this guy will move up, I suppose. This is all collapsed. And now he's going to take a shot at Mac again.
Excuse me? Who said you're allowed to shoot me? I backed away. That
Can
is, that's a universal sign for I want to be left alone. Why are they impinging on my personal space?
since
Exactly.
since I've been aiming at that guy, can I shoot before he gets a chance to shoot Mac?
I don't think. Well, you were holding your turn, right?
Yep.
I'll let you do it. Go ahead.
All right.
It's
And I'm only shooting once because it's aimed for the head. So
Aim shot is at -8.
is that -8? How do I
Yeah.
incorporate that?
well again, and shooting the head in this game isn't really helping you unless they're unarmored head. We
Oh, right.
we can do
There's
it for
armor on the head.
yeah, we can do it for flavor, but generally speaking,
Oh, never
yeah,
mind. I'm just gonna shoot him.
you're
Yeah,
gonna
no,
shoot him.
well, yeah, any damage that gets through armor is doubled, but it's getting through the armor that they usually have. I mean,
I forget
everybody's
what am I? I'm using handgun, right?
Yep.
So there's first one. There's second one. I don't know
Nine,
the distance. Or
19s. Yeah, you're 12, so both of those hit. So roll damage.
okay, so this is with 1, 2.
Okay. All right. Oops. Oops. Sorry, I'm in the wrong mode. All right. So again, no damage, but a bladed armor. All right. So right now, nobody except for the first guy, nobody's really gotten destroyed here. And basically, again, the only reason I did him that way was because of the intimate nature of the attack. If you allow someone to get that close, yeah. Yeah.
Surprise!
Surprise, motherfucker. All right. All right, so that's okay. So you did the shot. No, okay, now he gets a shot. So Mac, he's gonna roll for his, and I believe those both will hit. Yes, and let's see, they are the heavy pistol, so 3d6. Okay. Okay, 9 and a 7. So again, your armor is ablated, Mac.
Yeah.
And that's it. So yeah, again, you feel
Term
this
ablated?
basically every time your armor protects you from damage, it loses
Mhm.
1 point from its ability to protect you from damage. So
Yeah, but
basically,
what's the word you were saying?
ablated.
Ablated. Okay, thank you.
Cool. Alrighty, so that was Thug 2. Alright. This guy, this guy has a wish to cause Arizona some pain. So 1, 2, 3. Alright, and he's gonna swipe at you again. With
Yeah, it's
the
kind of hard to run them.
what's that? Yeah, it's yeah, you're only a step ahead of him at best. Oh, nice.
Roll and go with the
Oop,
evasion though.
oops, sorry. That was a. Alright, 15. Yes, you evade. So yeah, another swipe with those carboglass claws, and it's nothing pretty. But yeah, you definitely are able to kind of get out of the way of it. Again, the smash is definitely both helping and impairing at this point. All right. Knock knock, you're up.
All right. Well, Knock Knock is fully engrossed in battle, and it has happened. A wardrobe change has happened.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh yes, Knock Knock is now wearing like some kind of like weird teddy bear costume.
Oh my god, how did that happen?
It. We don't know. We don't ask these things. It happens.
I have a very logical explanation. Knock Knock is a magical girl.
Okay, I'm willing to go with that for the moment.
it's got to be one of those, convertible dress type things.
Oh, and that's a miss.
Oh, well, I have yet to roll the thing, so hold on.
Likely.
Price for fashion. Knock
Yeah.
knock.
Yeah, exactly. All right, do you want to move it all, knock knock?
Mm, if just to this side of the legs.
Gotcha. All right. Let's see. All right.
Knock Knock wants to get his good side on, get their good side on camera.
All right. Max up next. Actually, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I mean, Mac's strategy is just to obliterate them. Oh, they're still after Arizona, right? Haha, they turned their back to me. That's their mistake.
Yes.
You get bonus for that?
No, not in this case.
But it is a very, very close range shot.
It sure is.
Get that.
So we basically have to hit them 12 times before we're going to do damage to them.
You have to do 12 or more damage to do damage.
It's their armor keeps shrinking, but then it will block less of our shots.
Right.
If we're doing an average 10 damage and it's got 10 armor, we don't do anything. But after a few hits, it'll be down to 5 armor, and then 5 will get through to hit points every time.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, we're poorly.
And if we do manage to do critical damages, those will fix side effects and also do armor piercing damage.
Right. There is criticals, and I don't think we've seen any yet.
That was a bad roll for Mac. So
roll.
Gotcha. But yeah, so the damage rolls, you can also do critical damage, and we haven't seen it yet, but it can definitely happen. So basically, whenever you roll 2 or more 6s on your damage roll, you've done a critical hit, and that does other stuff like maiming an arm and stuff. And I'm not sure if we've been looking over these too much.
No, we haven't gotten any.
Actually gotten any.
Yeah.
But basically that's the reason you want to have as many damage dice in your hand, because the more chances to roll 6s, and not so much do damage, but do that critical hit that does horrible things, like rips off their arm, takes off their knee, etc.
That's why the very heavy weapons only have an ROF of 1, because they're much more likely to do that critical damage.
Right.
And that's kind of what I got here, but yeah, I'll just maneuver a bit and curse myself for being so useless.
All right. So for flavor for this scene, I'm going to say that the leaders.
My metal body.
So the leaders start to back off, and they're like, "We're on TV, motherfuckers!" And they basically, you can see that they're now making for the door. They had their fun.
What's this?
I'll
Our
point
crew has fended them off.
I'll point at the dead guy and say, "Your appearance fee is in there."
Hugh, are you
Don't
doing
forget
anything?
to sign your waiver.
Don't forget to sign your waiver. Oh God. All right, so I suppose, is anybody going to be blocking them from doing the retreat now and just leaving the place while grabbing some smashes from behind the bar on the way out?
They're going to come into the bar and grab smashes from behind the bar.
Like as they're moving towards the doorway.
Oh, Sheila's distracted. If you're wondering why this is happening, she's spanking Knock Knock. she's got Knock Knock over her knees. Just, God damn it, every time.
All right. So yeah, is anyone going to stop them from leaving?
No, I'm moving out of that way. Like I don't want to be there. But it's time to capture some post fight footage. So, and to see them running out the door too.
Cool. So all right, so I'm going to take us out of initiative for this, and yeah, so these guys will basically disappear out the door as they go, leaving the initiative behind, who obviously wasn't good enough anyway. So who cares? But yeah, they're all on the way out. Oh, we're on TV, and they're like looking straight into the camera and like slobbering with the, and whatnot, and grabbing, drinking the smash, full, shotgunning one right in front of the thing before they leave, and basically out the door, leaving this dude behind, who now has some salvageable parts.
Ooh.
Although the rules make a point that it's often not worth it to salvage parts because manufacturing is so cheap, and even that. So like organ legging's really not a thing anymore.
I mean, you kind of need a med tech in order to do it.
Yeah, but it's cheaper just to grow a new one in a vat than to actually harvest one from a body.
Someday, right? Someday we'll live in
So-
cyberpunk world. Hopefully not.
I mean, I'm gonna get my €50 back.
Yeah, I mean,
I
everybody
get-
brushes himself off and calls for another drink since our table was tipped over.
Yeah, by the way, Mac, your buddy is long gone. When this started, he made like a tree unleafed.
I'm putting together a story of potentially painting these guys as if they have a bounty on them, so that yes, they were on TV, but also maybe more exposure than they wanted.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I'm gonna talk to the bar owner, Sally. Is it
Sheila.
Sheila? Talk to Sheila to see, hey, maybe you want to post a reward for these guys for damaging your place or something like that.
And she's like, "Oh my God, you're Hugh Huntley."
Hi, Sheila. Yes, I'm Hugh Huntley with FYYL. How are you this evening?
Oh, fuck you, You're Lying is my favorite network. Oh my God, I watch you all the time. I didn't even notice you. I was so busy. Knock Knock works me like a slave.
Well, we're grateful. We're grateful to have fans like yourself. Tell me, what do you think of the bar? Like, what do you think's going to happen now?
Oh, Knock Knock is going to clean it up on their hands and knees, using their clothing to mop up and sop up the blood, and then sterilize the floor again.
And do you have any interest in getting revenge for these guys that kind of, shot up your place?
No, I mean it's kind of what people come here for sometimes,
Oh, yeah. Pan the bullet holes all across the walls.
Right? If they could afford the trees or be sawdust, to soap up the blood and other bodily fluids, etc.
All right. Well, you take care. And how about a round of drinks for these guys for all their hard work?
Oh my God, yes, of course, of course.
Would you like a picture with them?
Oh, can I just get a picture with you, Hugh?
Oh, sure, absolutely.
And with that, she kind of it's kind of like a point to point with your agent, and now there's like a contact number in your agent for Sheila.
Okay. Yeah.
Just flip you
Yeah.
her number.
Yeah, she gets the picture. There, yeah, you guys are lined up with another round of cheap ass drinks, but drinks nonetheless on the house.
Nice.
Mop up your, get the dust off your stuff, etc., etc. And that's when we'll end the session. So we sold some stuff, we socialized, we partied, we fought with boosters. It's interesting. Learned about armor and how amazingly slow it makes combat.
We didn't get hit by that boulder.
Durable.
Durable.
Well,
Makes combat.
I mean,
It is.
high level armor like Armor Jack, even at the 11, is pretty good.
It is.
So I mean, most people are going to have a lower level of armor because
it's the average.
even at Cyberpunk, people aren't walking around in serious body armor all the time.
True. Yeah, this is
They're more like-
this is me kind of throwing the first, the next level at you and seeing how we worked out. But yeah, generally people aren't going to have that, and especially if you're in more like classy people that by
Sure.
need they can't wear heavier armor, so they're wearing the lighter stuff anyway. But yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we'll kind of figure a way around that. But I will bring up, I'm slightly disconcerted at how much like a good armor slows down. We could easily, if you were fighting 3 solos, that could easily be an entire 3 hours. That's disconcerting to
Just
me.
rolling.
I completely forgot this session. Knock Knock could have been using their solo points. I don't know if you were.
Oh my goodness, I forgot again about those solo points.
I mean, you probably had defaulted to damage, but
But I mean, they definitely adds up because you put on your SP11 armor jack, and a heavy weapon is 3d6, and its average roll is 11. So it can definitely take a while to kind of get through that.
yeah,
Yep.
we didn't. Have
It definitely incites like some form of escalation. Like I feel like I need a much better weapon.
Big.
The best weapons are 46, which is still only an average of 14, which gets through the 11 a bit, but still, it's not a whole lot of damage when people have 30, 40 hit points.
Right,
It's
but again,
once your armor is gone, then damage becomes incredibly deadly.
yeah, exactly, and that's what we're aiming for. Well, we'll figure it out. Yeah, yeah, it was a pun. I had to make it. So yeah, so we'll figure it out. Again, I'm slightly disconcerted, but I see what they're doing in that it made you guys more survivable too.
Mhm.
So there's that. I mean, before, it was more if you didn't have the armor that you needed, you automatically pretty much died really quick, potentially in 2020. So I can see where they're going with this. I'm just concerned that I don't want to spend entire sessions in one fight. So we'll figure out a way beyond that. And also, again, like you guys are saying, not everybody has a heavy armor jack, so I just have to remember that. Like, these are boosters, man. These are they're scraping by. Yes, they spend all their money on cyber and drugs, etc., etc., and and they're going to die soon, so they really don't care. So yeah, so I have to kind of keep that into account too, and that'll definitely speed things up. So yeah. Anyway, let's what's that?
And before we end out, Mac is just gonna walk over to Knock Knock and grab their wallet out of their pocket, open it up, take a 10, close it, put it back, and say, "You owe me for the ammo," and walk away.
God damn it, Knock Knock. All right, and that's our Cyberpunk story for today. I am Scott's Case Files, and let's say goodbye to our awesome players. Over here we have Brian. And Brian, how can we find you if we need to?
Well, everyone, you can either find me on YouTube with my YouTube channel Horror and Dubs, or on my Twitter from Mr. Nerdy Brian. And actually, I'm hoping next week to have some big news for everyone on here.
Ooh.
I sent out an audition, and I sent out an audition for a series, and hopefully, I'll hear it back on it soon.
Oh my goodness! I hope so, dude.
Ooh.
That's
Sweet,
awesome.
man.
You're such a tease, but we'll take it because we like that kind of thing. All right, awesome. Well, congratulations, regardless. Putting it out there is most of the battle. So cool. So congratulations. So, Jason.
Hello, my name is Jason, and now I'm going to go bye-bye.
You're
Until
gonna
next
go.
week.
And we have Steve.
good night.
And last but not least, Aaron.
Signing out.
Excellent.
My new catchphrase. Damn it, Knock Knock.
Damn it, Knock Knock. We gotta get a T-shirt. That's Jason merch right there.
I also with Hawk, it's just, damn it, Brian.
Damn it, blank. Yeah,
Mostly whatever Brian does.
pretty much. All right. See you next time. Until then, be good to each other. Don't be cyberpunks. Don't be punks. Have a good one. Go forth and do no harm. And we will see you next week. So thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Bye for now.